our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Heights Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton. No matter where you live, RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company, 1404 Green Street in Lincolnton. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Our local auto owners insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-243.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
CKDKDS Macron.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
When auto owners insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is Money Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
We're a community. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincolnton, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lakeland, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com, learn more, or stop by our Lincolnton Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. You're invited to drop by and see our brand new big showroom. Now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Drew, this new city just makes me miss home, man.
Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like your mom's.
But I miss home.
Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or
close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off,
All right, got it. The tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger bank with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm Demery Brewer, and you're listening to Tim and Ken on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show.
Let's have some fun tonight. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win. X, H, pickle, A, disco, 19, yo-yo, deep yo-yos, deep yo-yo. Firm up a little bit, boy. We're going to use the cadence now, right? We got to use the cadence versus that blitz. Apple, chocolate, Japan, Richmond, New York, Richmond, Florida, Valley, Buffalo. Check, hey, Short Ox, the Raiders. I might help. If I'm audible, I'll use brown, right? Brown, right, orange, purple, white, red, 96, 18, 30.
Welcome out to the First Federal Lincoln County School Football Shows. Tim, John, Ken, Link here for you on the Friday. If you folks having a good time out there, it's nothing but the very best of your Lincoln County High School Football Show, Kenny.
Yeah, we're back on another Friday night. Had some interesting games last Friday, and we got a lot of interesting games coming up this Friday.
Yes, we do, Ken. And speaking of football, we have the man himself in the studio with us live here today, former Lincoln High School football coach, Mr. Scott Cloninger. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All righty, Kenny. What you got lined up for us, buddy, for coming out the gate?
Right out of the gate, let's talk about the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week.
Let's do that.
We presented that award this week to Tyshawn Harris of the Lincoln Wolves, who not only had a great offensive game, which we used to seeing from him with 192 yards rushing and an 87-yard touchdown, but also on the defensive side was responsible for 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and actually stole the ball from a rusher on one of the first plays early in the game and went 39 yards with a return fumble for a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. A great football game for Tyshawn. And also Chase Jones from East Lincoln had a great game too. So, that was a predicament situation, but what Tyshawn did, you can't just turn him away for what he did. He had a great game, Ken. Scott, you know a little bit about that Harris boys. You had one back when you coached your his senior year, Harris, and he was your cornerback, I believe it was.
Yes, he was. Yes, and Tyshawn played. He was a freshman my while last year, and both those boys have a lot of speed. But Tyshawn's a little faster than Quinlan.
He is.
Oh yes, he can. If he gets in open, not many people around going to catch him.
Yeah, he's a good football player. Now, speaking of Lincolnton, they play West Lincoln Friday night, and you know Coach Sane really well.
Yes, sir. Two fine coaches,
Yes.
two fine teams going at it. A lot of respect with each team of the other team, and I'm looking for a real tight ball game and a very interesting game.
Yes, we was at West Lincoln and Newton Conover game, Kenny, and I tell you, Newton Conover, they're the real deal, Coach.
Yeah, I went up and saw Lincoln play them, and Lincoln really had it on the ropes a little bit in that first half.
They did.
And if Harris had a fumble first drive, second half, if he doesn't fumble that,
who knows?
You never know. You never know. When you go up 8 or 9 points on somebody, mentality gets a little bit different. But right now, I do think Newton is class of the conference.
They are. Matt Beam has done a great job with those young men up there, and he's got a really good football team, and I know they're looking forward to get to the playoffs as well. So
the difference in speed between West Lincoln and Newton Conover was so evident. It just was like night and day, the speed on and the athletes on the Newton Conover's team versus West Lincoln, who tried to pound it with the ball control offense, but Newton Conover stopped them and just quick strike, scored, and it was 21-0 right at the end of the first quarter before they can really get going.
Yeah, to me, West Lincoln couldn't do anything on either side of the football, Coach. I mean, they run the ball. I tell you, the run back, Nathan Fansuk, is an excellent football player. He's a junior, runs the football really well. He stays low to the ground. He's hard to tackle. He's quick off the ball itself. He's in the backfield and he threw the line before you can blink an eye. Good football player, and I like the quarterback too, Seth Wills. He's doing a great job. They just didn't. They could not move the football against Newton Conover.
Well, and if you're West Lincoln, I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to play ball control against Lincoln.
Yes,
if you can keep the ball away from Lincoln and keep moving and change and run that clock, your chances are better that you can pull off the win.
Yes, Lake's coming off a big win. They're playing Spandy's the night at Von Ray Harris football field, and my understanding, Lincoln played good on both sides of football.
Yes. What Lincoln did was spread them out and let Harris run, and that's what they're going to be against West Lincoln. They're going to try to spread you out and get Harris a crease, and then it's over. I mean, they can't catch him. And then West Lincoln's the other thing. They're going to be their ball control.
Sure.
I think it's going to be funny. I think both of them want the ball first, and I think both of them want to go and score and kind of put a little pressure on that other team.
Probably right.
And because that will happen. If West Lincoln gets the ball first, goes down and scores, if they can get a stop against Lincoln, hey, take the ball back over and control it. If Lincoln gets the ball and quick score, then West Lincoln will have to come out of their game plan, and that's what both of them have a great game plan ahead of them. I know I subbed it to West Lincoln today, and was talking to Coach Avery and Coach Sane, and that they're doing a fine job, but they just need to run ball control.
Absolutely, and you hit the nail on the head. Open kickoff is going to be big. Who gets the football and who can go down and score? Yes. That's going to be really big. That's going to be momentum there too. So I think Lincoln's playing really good. We watched against, like you say, Newton Conover. It was mostly ball control. They came out in the spread. They couldn't move the ball. Didn't do very well. But they went to one of your former offices back in when you had the big bone, and that's what they came out to, and they ran the ball really well. So Ken was at the game, was calling the game, and I told Ken, I said, wow.
Yeah.
I said, they need to stick with that.
Yes. But
mix it in.
Yeah, and that's tough for a defense.
Oh yeah, so that you could tell Newton Conover they were shocked. They didn't know what to do. Now they made a couple adjustments, and she said had to keep turnover in the high, but had them on the ropes. They were like, "What's going on here?"
And when Lincoln can run spread and big bone without a personnel change, then your defense.
Yeah.
Now who's going to go out? Who's going to come inside and play that 5 technique and get ready to take on the tight end block?
Right.
Well, who's going to go out there and go one-on-one with Harris?
Yeah, Harris is going to win that every time.
Yes. So
I told Ken he's the best running back in our conference. I know the Stinson kid from Newton Conover is good. The difference between Stinson and Harris is speed.
Yes.
He's speed off the ball. It takes Stinson seem like a little time to get going. But Harris, he's dynamic.
Well, he's got speed. He's got quickness, and he's not a big kid, but he fights hard for the yard.
He does.
He really does.
Well, with Harris, what Lincoln's running is they running him downhill.
Right.
With Newton Conover, Matt's running that zone read.
Sure.
And what he's running is running him east and west.
Sure.
Trying to get him outrun people. Yes. And then get upfield. And that's what's taking Stinson a little bit longer
to get going.
Yeah.
Once he gets going.
Yes. And once he turns that corner and beats the corner, he's downhill. That's for sure.
And I talked to Matt too after the Lincoln game. Matt said, "I tell you, Tim, if they would have came out and if they could have kept it close in the first half and came out the second half, we had no answer."
Right.
But they made some great adjustments.
Yes,
you gotta,
yes.
You gotta take
and the
your
turnover really did affect the game.
West Lincoln in the last 3 games, Tim, given up a lot of points.
They have.
Their defense is really not looking quite as good as it was earlier. And I know they're playing different teams now, but their defense is not looking very strong right at the moment.
Well, I know one thing about Coach saying he's going to have those kids ready. There's no doubt about that. He's got a great coaching staff, and me and King was talking. I guess he's the senior of the coaching staff now in Lincoln County.
Oh, in Lincoln County, yes,
in Lincoln County, he's a senior, and Tom and I, we talked numerous times over the season too, and he's really high on his kids. And I'll be honest with you, I picked West Lincoln to be one of the best teams in the conference. I thought they would, better, than some of the Lincoln County teams, but.
And when I was up there today, I was looking at his roster. A lot of these players are young.
They are.
Got a lot of
sophomores and juniors.
A lot of juniors.
Yes.
So
his quarterback is a junior.
Quarterbacks,
running backs.
I think both
have you seen his quarterback? Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him in person.
It's about 6'3". He's about 6'2", 6'3".
He's pretty
big
tall
boy.
kid.
Yeah, athlete, real athlete. He throws the ball. He's good throwing mechanics too.
Good.
I'd like to see some more throwing with West Lincoln, and maybe on first and second down. You know what I'm saying? If they can, if they can Fansook or maybe Brandon Eicher, if they can get that 7 or 8 yard run on first down. Play action, maybe play action on second down. Yeah, take a shot.
They don't mix it up much. He was talking about get them out of the game plan. Well, they never came out of the game plan. You caught over regardless of the score. I think they threw 7 passes all night and only completed 1. But they didn't try to come out very much. They just kept trying to run what the plan was.
We got head football coach, usually athletic director, and also the head football coach at Lincoln High School for 15 years. Scott, is that right?
Yes, sir.
15 years.
Yeah, but I started coaching at Lincoln in 1979. I was assistant coach for about 21 years.
So Coach Longer has been a part of that program for over 30-some years. Is that right, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Went to Western Carolina, played football there, played football at Lincoln. And Kim was telling me, I didn't realize this, in 1975, you led the conference in rushing.
I thought Mackie Reinhardt may have.
No, I think your senior year.
Okay.
You led.
Well, what
14,
what I read was he set the Lincoln County rushing record.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. Lincoln County
1,402 yards. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think it's broken since then.
Good many have broken. Yeah.
Yeah. A few times.
Yeah, mine was only 10 games. We didn't make playoffs my senior year.
Well, that's impressive. 10 games, 1,400 yards.
Yes.
That's pretty good, Coach. So overall record 143-66 is Coach Conger's record here in Lincoln County, and as well as the state too. Won a state 2A championship in 2007. We was at that game. 3 state championship appearances, 2005, 2007, and 11. 3 state championships he appeared in, actually being a part of. Actually,
we had 2 more. 93 and 95 was Richard Smith's assistant.
Yes, we're getting
and we
there.
won in 93.
Yeah,
yes.
won 93 with Goo, Charles, and Josh.
Yes.
Great football team.
Oh, yes.
Is that
That's by far the best I've been associated with.
Unbelievable.
Everybody can get mad at me if they want to.
No, that's true.
These teams didn't want to play that 93 team. First off, Charles Hershey, Dutch Leonard.
And you couldn't catch Goo.
No, you wasn't going to catch Goo. You had Kevin McLean with Kevin's just fast. Josh Atkins had 3 receivers over 6'2".
They could throw anywhere in the field.
He just threw it up. They go get it. Yes, and you had Goo and Kevin in the backfield.
Who was your tight end? I was
DJ Stover.
DJ Stover. He was a man. He was good too.
Big
across the middle.
Yes.
Yes, he was good too. And also you had Sharon Farley.
Yes, and Sharon Farley may be the best athlete in the conference. Baseball, basketball, football.
Oh,
I agree with that.
I mean,
very good baseball.
Yes. And an excellent young man. I know him well.
First class.
I know Sharon well.
Yes.
And then they won state baseball championship.
They did.
With
yes, they did.
They did.
And the year before, they went to the state basketball championship. So that was a pretty good run there.
It was absolutely. Coach Scott Cloninger in the house with us here today at the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show. Ken, we are at North Lincoln High School tonight.
Yeah, we see North Lincoln Knights is trying to get a win, still trying to get another conference win.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it. So we'll see everybody. Football game coming a little bit later on. So coming up next, We're going to talk a little bit about the what we got here lined up here, Kenny. What you got coming up for us in East Lincoln?
We're going to talk about East Lincoln and Bandy's.
All right, we'll be right back after this commercial.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Remember, FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Tom Sain, West Lincoln High School football coach, and you're listening to Tim Johnson and Ken Link on the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show.
All right, we're back here on the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show. We got our special guest in the house with us tonight, Mr. Scott Cloninger of Lincolnton High School football. Scott, we have the East Lincoln Mustangs coming up. Coach David Lubowitz, who is one of the new head football coaches. He's been actually in our school system for over 10, 11 years, I believe it is. Defensive coordinator when Coach Bias was there. Doing a great job with the Mustangs.
He is. You think about Coach Lubowitz and Coach Bias. I think Coach Lubowitz was Coach Bias' right-hand man. East Lincoln always played great defense, and they're doing it now with him being the head coach. So he's doing a wonderful job down there after a little slow start.
Yes, without a doubt.
They won 4 in a row, and so they're a little bit of a row, and coming off a tremendous comeback win over North Lincoln, being down 31-7 at half, scored 4 unanswered touchdowns the second half, and pulled that thing out 35-31.
Yeah,
that's huge.
What?
I mean, that's huge. I mean, you know, Coach Lubowitz, whatever he said at halftime. Yeah, it must have worked.
Have you been in that situation before, Coach?
Well, yes, we were. We were down to Chase one of my first years, and we were down 31-3. Come back and beat them in the second half. We threw a double pass about 2 times. Trey Waters.
I like it. 2 times.
Yeah. Trey Waters is one of the big officials for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and Trey reminds me every time we see him. He said he was on that team, and he remembers the comments we made at halftime of that game. But that was a huge win for us, and that helped us go to the playoffs that year.
So East Lincoln is 3-0. They're 4-3 overall, 3-0 in the conference. They play Bandy's Friday night, Coach. Doing fine. You know, the coach from Bandy's real well too. Great guy. Like I said, they was down 31-7, and they was playing at East Lincoln, and they came back
at North
Lincoln. That's what I'm saying, North Lincoln. And they came back and won the football game. And so Chase Jones had a great game. He was 9 for 15 passing for 181 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and rushed for 135 yards and 13 carries. That's your quarterback.
Yes, and that's a former Lincoln's son, Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones is his father. Yes, and John played for Lincoln. Yes. He must have played very, very well in the second half. I think he's made some turnovers in the first half. Yeah. I think that win was huge for East Lincoln. And I know you'll talk about a little bit about playoffs, but I really think this year to make the playoffs, you're going to have to win six ball games.
I think so.
Well, that's what me and Ken was talking to Coach Lefford about Gibson yesterday, Monday. I'm sorry, Monday, about the when we want to present Tosh on with the First Federal Lincoln High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week about winning. Do they have a chance? He said, "We do. We got to win out."
Yeah, you got to win 6. There's more teams in the 2A this year, so winning 5 is not going to get you.
No, and that was huge. That was a huge win for East Lincoln because right now every win is so important on getting those wins so that you will be able to go to the playoffs, which, in my opinion, is a goal for every team.
Absolutely,
that's huge.
It
is.
Everybody's equal,
right?
There's 0-0. The season starts over. And that's what you shoot for. And if Lincoln can make it, or if East Lincoln can make it, that would be great. Because I don't think North Lincoln or West Lincoln. Well, West Lincoln, do they have a chance?
Well, they got to win some games. They're 3-4 overall. I mean, they've got to win 3 more games.
So,
but they got
have a shot.
Tough teams they got to play.
still got to play.
Well, they still got to play
Lincolnton
and East
Lincoln.
Yeah, Lake Norman Charter.
Lake Norman Charter.
And probably Bandy's.
And Bandy's. Yeah.
So
they can beat Bandy's. They can beat Lake Norman Charter.
But
so that's 2 right there.
But they got to win 3.
But I would say this. I was talking to them about wins and losses today,
Right.
and I think it's been a while since they beat Bandy's. Bandy's has kind of been a
West Lincoln.
Yeah, yes, and I think it's kind of been something in their. It's been a hiccup on their schedule.
Right.
But they can beat them.
Yeah, they can.
beat 'em.
They can. And I would pick West Lincoln on that game. I mean, if they had to play, I would pick West Lincoln without a doubt. East Lincoln, I'm picking East Lincoln to play the big Bandies this Friday night.
Well, they should be favored.
Yes.
Bandies, they started out okay, but they hit a little tougher teams on the schedule, and they've lost 4 straight. Hickory, Maiden, Newton Conover, and then Lincoln last week.
One thing about Chase, Coach, he's improved from week 1.
Oh,
we
yes,
saw him at week 1. We had him
yes.
at Ashbrook. That kid's improved every week. And I'm going to tell you, that's a testament to the coach.
Oh, yes.
He's made them better.
Yes. And that's what you want to do as a coach. You want to get better as the season goes on. You want to be peaking at the right time. You want to go play at the end of the season, and you want to go. And that's what you need to do.
Coach Kalonger's favorite words to me, coach him up when they get here. Him.
Well, you just got to
That's his favorite word. I'll coach him up.
Yeah. And that's what I think he's doing right now.
Yeah, and he's Coach Lubowitz had mentioned that how he's seen Chase Jones not only grow and be productive on the football field, but leadership that he is.
Absolutely.
And he obviously had that leadership in North Lincoln to lead that team back. And he threw that 65-yard touchdown with a minute and a half left, the winning touchdown. So he led that comeback.
I tell you who I'm impressed with is the freshman running back, Lucas McConnell.
Yes.
That kid is lightning quick. Have you seen him play,
I saw
Coach?
him last year as an 8th grader, and he's a little guy, but he's fast.
He's tough,
fast.
too.
Yes,
Tough.
Yes.
We call him Nails. Nails. Remember Lee Dykstra for the Philadelphia Phillies? Nails. He reminds
Tough kid.
Tough kid.
He took a big hit against in a Lincoln game.
He did.
He was down for a little while, but he eventually popped back up, and then he ran that one touchdown,
67
yards second half.
Absolutely. So, and I tell you, Ryan Max, you can't say enough about that young man, the leader of the football team as well.
Yeah.
Captain going to West Point play football.
Right, yes.
Sensational. You know, we take our hats off. He was a winner another week of the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week. His grandparents, they live down in Florida. They listen to us all the shows and stuff like that we do. So we always like to say hello to the grandparents and the Matz family down in Florida. And his mom and dad are first-class people.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Well, if he's going to go to the academy,
he's the first.
They've done their research.
Yes, they
he
have.
is first class.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No doubt about it.
And we met him, and he came up and actually said he appreciated getting the nice things we said about his family and his grandparents. So he's a good kid.
Absolutely.
And I saw Bandy's play, and Bandy's got a big, strong running back. Now, one of the problems Bandy's had, I think they just got one of their key players back. I believe he had been hurt for a couple of weeks, and I think he was a quarterback. But they got a big, strong running back. Looks like he'll go about 225, 230. And
big boy.
Yes, he gave Lincoln some hits early, but Lincoln was able to kind of settle in and slow him down a little bit. East Lincoln's defense, I think East Lincoln's defense is the best defense in the conference right now.
Hands down. Yes.
Yeah, Newton Conover's pretty good, but Lincoln I think is the best. I mean,
yes.
they played the best, more consistent all year on defense.
Now, we know that West Lincoln lost one of their best football players, Nathan Wolf, understanding. I don't know if it's injury or what the situation is, but he was one of the first. I mean, he was a good football player, so we don't have information on that.
He's the kid that returned an interception for 100 yards early in the year.
Good.
And he's also, I think, their main receiver when they did pass. So
yes.
I think
so that hurts West Lincoln on that situation on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively too. So, yeah, no doubt about it. All right, Coach, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back, and we're going to talk some more about North Lincoln Knights. They take on the Maiden Blue Devils, some of your good friends up there.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincolnton, Bossier City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Ledford Gibson, football coach at Lincoln High School, and you're listening to Tim and Ken on WLON Lincoln County Football Show.
We're here live at the WLON radio station. It's Tim, Jim, and Ken Link, and it's our good friend, Mr. Scott Clonger, the former Lincoln High School football coach. And, Coach, we have the North Lincoln Knights taking on those Maiden Blue Devils. You know, and they have a good football team, like the Lincoln Wolves and the Lincoln Mustangs. Every year, they're always competing for that conference championship as well as the playoffs.
And I usually about every week, me and Greg get together and talk a little bit. Talk about
he's a good one.
Oh yes, a former Lincoln player, former Lincoln coach, and we've talked. And I went and saw Maiden play this year. Went up and watched them play Bunker Hill, and they're very good. They really are. And like I said, they're undefeated. But he's very impressed with this North Lincoln crowd. He likes the quarterback.
Yes, I
do.
He
says a running back at North Lincoln is a little bit bigger than you thought he was. I think he's about a 200-pound running back. And I'm going to tell you, a 200-pound running back's a good, strong kid.
Yeah, their strength to offense out. They got some weapons at North Lincoln on the offensive side.
And I went down and talked to Coach Pack. I had to take him some equipment for one of the helmets, and I know he's pretty low right now with when you up 31-7 and you lose, but he had a positive attitude. He and I talked for a little while, and he understands. Hey, I told him, I said, Coach, what you got to have? Someone's got to make a stop. Someone's got to make a statement, and it's not a coach. It's got to be a player that says, hey, this can't happen no more. We're going to win this game when you get a lead like that, and somebody's going to have to step up, and I think they will eventually.
Yeah, like you said, they're coming to. Are they playing at May, or is it going to be?
I do know.
We have them, Matt, buddy. It's at North Lincoln. It's at North. It's where we're at. We're at North.
We're doing the game. We'll be there.
You better be at North. Yeah.
We'll be there. Anyway, Maiden's coming to North Lincoln. That's going to be good football. And I agree with what Greg said. The quarterback is really good. Reed Corey, who's having a great year for I think he's probably all around the best quarterback in Lincoln County. I'd say he is.
Yes.
Playing well. He's throwing the ball well. He's become a real good leader, a quiet leader for the North Lincoln Knights, and they got some kids who can catch the football. And they got several, and they got a kid who can run it too, Crib kid. If they just make stops on defense.
Yeah, the offense is not the issue. They got a lot of weapons. They got good receivers out there. They're not pretty good athletes, but on the defensive side, they just haven't been able to stop. If you look at, they've been in every game, but they just can't pull them out.
They should beat Fred T. Ford.
They led Fred T. Ford 19-9 at half. Ended up losing that game 40-26. They lost to Alexander Central 40-36. Actually had a winning touchdown called back on a penalty with less than a minute to go.
And Alexander Central still undefeated.
They should have beat them. They should have beat them.
And went to Freedom and beat Freedom this week.
I mean, that was a good team, and they could have won that game.
So
and they lost to undefeated Bessemer City by only 5 points.
They've had some heartbreak, losses without a doubt.
They have.
Coach Pack has done a sensational job. I know Coach Conger turned to Coach Pack when he became a coach here. He said, "You need to call this guy, Tim." He said, "This guy's a great guy, great coach." Came from Matt Beam's offense, some philosophy up there. And I think he runs pretty much the same offense, is he not, Coach?
I think he does. I think he's a little bit more north-south than
Matt.
I think Matt's still a little bit
zone.
And I think he's Coach Pack's a little bit more north-south. We'll throw the deep ball a little bit more.
He will,
but he has. He's done it. It's not shown in wins and losses, but he's done a great job at North Lincoln.
Yes, he has.
He's got the fan support. He's got the kids believing. They just great.
I made a comment the other week. I think everybody, parents and everybody like that fan, you need to show more support to your coaches, especially your head coach stuff. When you see them, like before the game, walk up to them and say, "Hey, introduce yourself to them, talk to them." These guys are great people. Leibowitz, Coach Pack, Coach Leffert Gibbs, we've known for years. You know better than what we do.
Yes.
First class individual.
Right. Yes,
and then of course Tommy Saint. I call him Tommy Saint. West Lincoln Tommy Saint. You can't beat him.
Tom may be the nicest head coach. One of the nicest head coach I've ever met. I mean, he really is. Tom just he'll shake your hand anytime. He'll how you doing? All like that. But it is Lincoln County's got a great group of coaches right now. And you mentioned said something about fans. They need to know this. A coach probably puts in 60, 70 hours a week.
Oh,
I mean, all day. He's usually watching film on Saturday. They get together we used to get together after church and watch film. But you got to cut your grass. You got to line your fields off. You got to, you know, there's more coaching. If all I had to show up and coach, I'd still be coaching. But that's not it. You can't do that.
And they got families too. A lot. They got, like, you got a family. Coach Sane, of course, Coach Pack. They're young. Coach Pack and Lubitz, they're young coaches. You know, and you know, I mean, that takes time away from your family when you have to go in and sit down and do things. You know, when preparing for other teams and stuff like that. You know, especially the hours, like you said, that you put in.
Every good coach has somebody behind them. That's a good wife. I can tell you right now, because my wife raised my kids for the first 6-7 years, and that's what's going on right now with all these coaches. Their wives are doing their job, and they're
so they're MVP.
Yes, they are, because I'm going to tell you something. It's a very difficult thing.
Yeah, you're right about that. So so we got the West Lincoln. They are taking on Bandy's.
Yes.
Okay, so I got West Lincoln on that.
No, West.
No, what Lincoln? West Lincoln, Lincoln. I got
the games this week. West Lincoln and Lincolnton. Up at West Lincoln.
Right, at West Lincoln. So is that West?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
That's at West. Down to East Lincoln, we got Bandy's coming into East Lincoln, and we've got Maiden coming down to North Lincoln. And the other game is Newton Conover and Lake Norman Charter.
Yes.
Which is probably a mismatch.
Right. So, that's probably a 4-point spread.
So there's
right
your 4 games. Coach Slinger are just looking at the standings here, Tim, and there's probably several teams here that probably really a long shot to try to get to the playoffs. North Lincoln, Lake Norman Charter, and Bandy's, but then you got Lincoln, West Lincoln, and of course Newton, Conover, and Maiden are the 4 teams that maybe get there.
Yes. You know, you look at it already. Your Maiden, your Newton, Conover are already basically qualified.
Yes, they
are.
Yeah.
And East Lincoln has 4 wins and with winnable games in front of them. So I see that. I think Lincoln's going to have to win out. I think West Lincoln's going to have to almost win out. And then you look at the other crowd. You know, they're really behind 8 ball right now on making the playoffs.
All righty, Coach. Coach Scott Conger in the house with us. We'll be at North Lincoln High School and Tim Johnson. So, Coach, thank you for coming by.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, guys.
Anytime, man.
Glad to be here. Enjoy listening to you.
You've been listening to First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you here next Friday.
Changing the minds of different us while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome tonight to Vail, North Carolina, where West Lincoln will be taking on the Lincoln Wolves. West Lincoln to be the home field advantage tonight here in Vail. Welcome online to the Renata Automall broadcast here. The First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch, keys to the game. We'll look at the What's Up Shopper schedule, upcoming conference schedule for the Rebels and for the Wolves. And we'll also highlight some other things here tonight. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Game here tonight in Vail as West Lincoln takes on Lincoln. And we'll be back in just a moment after words from our sponsors.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian B&T sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. Sub of the Day from Subway in Boger City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Unless the Lord house, is builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincolnton is built on. Key Builders in Lincolnton is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too. Summer sales event is underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Come in now and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 and the GMC Acadia SLT. But that's not all. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby has 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 Buick Enclave and the 2017 Buick Envision Preferred. Coming now for all the details during the summer's best sales event. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come to Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit, or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? A female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his farm delivery truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of Blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 2285 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
And welcome back to Vail. This is Philip Russ on here with Smoke Evan Ludwig, coming to you live from West Lincoln High School tonight, where the Rebels will be taking on the Wolves and conference action tonight. Smoke, what do you think about tonight's ball game?
Well, I think we're coming in, and I think it's going to be a must-win for West Lincoln here if they're going to try to make a move into the playoffs here and get one of these wild card spots, because Lincolnton at 2-5 is really behind the 8 ball, and they still got to play Maiden. West Lincoln's already played Maiden and Newton Conover coming into this game, and this is going to be a game that you're at home, and this is the best shot you've had against Lincolnton since 2006 when you last beat them. So, I mean, this could be a very pivotal turn in West Lincoln for this year and next year, because if they can win out the remainder of their games this year, including this one tonight, and then go into the playoffs, that'll give a lot of momentum for a young team that West Lincoln has. Because remember, they're only graduating 6 seniors, and 2 of them are starters. So they're not losing this much coming into next year.
Right, and, coming into the game, both of these teams sitting 1-2 in conference. Being that said, West Lincoln off the gate, right off the bat this year, has showed a heavy running attack like they always have in the past. But this year, with those young guys, they've seen a lot of speed come from that backfield. Players like Brendan Eichard and, then having a quarterback like Seth Willis sit back there in the pocket and throw the ball effectively for the Rebels early on has proved promising for Coach Sain's offense. But then on the other side, Lincoln, covering some of those games early on in the year, they were searching to find their identity offensively. We saw them go from a illicit spread. Then the next week they were in an I formation. Then the next week they were a multiple front offense. So as the years went on, we saw both teams kind of settle in. West Lincoln's played a pretty decent conference schedule, non-conference schedule leading up into this game. Last week failed to Newton Conover. And Newton Conover, from what everybody said, was a powerhouse. They beat West Lincoln 58-8 last week. Lincolnton, however, they actually got a win. So they're coming off a high with a win against Bandy's 42-21, and West Lincoln coming to try to get back in the win column.
And see, for games like this for Lincolnton, they could actually run the spread. I know they struggled against the spread against guys like Stuart Kramer and South Point, but when you got a slower team like West Lincoln that can't defend a pass, as we saw earlier this year with North Lincoln, when they gave up 49 points, Lincolnton could exploit that defense and weakness for West Lincoln tonight. Or they could go to the big bone if they want to preserve some clock time and get the time of possession to be a long drive here. So West Lincoln's going to have to capitalize, I think, on every drive they have. And they're going to have to rely on guys like Brendan Eichard, who coming into this game has 773 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns, and also Nakafen Fansuk, who has 841 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. And they might need to have a big play from Seth Willis every now and then, too. He does have probably the best arm we've seen from a quarterback in West Lincoln in a while. And, West Lincoln's got to win this game tonight. If they don't, this could hurt them for this year, most likely, and because for next year as well, possibly. This could give them a lot of momentum, as I said earlier. And you got to remember, they've lost a lot of games they should have won. I'm looking at that East Burke game in particular because that one I think is inexcusable, and I think Coach Sain would say that's an inexcusable loss.
Well, the Rebels defense is going to have to really find a way tonight to stop Tyshawn Harris. 159 carries on the season. He's already a 1,000-yard rusher. He's got 1,029 yards. He's got 5 games where he's rushed over 100 yards. He's had 10 touchdowns. He seems to be their go-to back in the backfield. So when you have to account for him, you know, that's going to open up things for McClain under center. Maybe get some quarterback run deal there, and then be able to get the ball outside to Tyreek Hollis.
Yeah.
He is also a big target for them. You know, this year he's kind of be limited. Last year he got more touches and more receptions from Cordell, and then this year coming in, you know, he's not been able to get the ball as much. They've been trying to do some improv runs, some jet actions, you know, different things to get him involved. But it's a big plate tonight for the Rebel defense to try to find a way to stop this Lincoln offense.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tyshawn Harris, as you said, over 1,000 yards already, and I think a big part of that has to do with the big ball in offense. But if they go to the spread or the I formation, you could have Terrell McClain run some option plays like they did against North Gaston. It did pretty well against that. And, I mean, Tyreek Hollis is just a straight-up athlete.
Right.
If you can get him involved in any way in some open space, it's boom right into the end zone, and it could be easy for Lincolnton to score some points. So they've got to find a way to get all 3 of their big playmakers involved, and that even includes Skylar Evans, who, you know, with them running the big ball in offense has kind of been an afterthought because he's mostly a receiving guy. But if they can get the ball to Skylar Evans in the passing game tonight, that could also be a big threat for West Lincoln's defense.
All right, well, let's move to our Classic Florida Shelby player to watch. Smoke, who do you have on the West Lincoln side? Who is West Lincoln's player to watch tonight?
Well, honestly, you know, I want to see if West Lincoln wins this game, I think they got to win a time of possession tonight. So I want to see Nakathan Fansuk have a big game. That's your big bruiser back. You can use Brendan Eicher to get a lot of speed and a lot of big yardage, but I want to see Nakathan Fansuk run over some defenders, and I think that's going to be a big key. If he can really just get about 5 or 6 yards of carry tonight, that could be big for West Lincoln and pay dividends tonight.
All right, and then on the opposite sideline, though, visiting Lincoln Wolves, who do you have for their Classic Florida Shelby player to watch?
I know everyone wants to say Tyshawn Harris, but I really believe Tyreek Hollis is, I think, a bigger playmaker for tonight, just depending on what offense they run. And just anywhere you can get him on the field and get some plays for him, it's going to be trouble.
All right, folks, we're coming to you live from West Lincoln High School. We're going to take a quick break here. The West Lincoln Band and Lincoln Band are going to go together tonight for the National Anthem. We're going to pause and salute the American flag here with the fans, and we'll be back in a few moments. You're listening to the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast here with the First Federal Savings Bank Show pregame show.
When buying and selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all of your questions. That's where Gillen Realty in Lincoln comes in. They are your hometown realty, bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They are there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099. Visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincoln. Gillen Realty, hometown people working for you. Ram Power Days. They're underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Get $1,000 Power Days bonus cash on select 2017 models. Now get up to $11,971 in total value on the new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models. Or get 0% APR for 72 months on the new Ram 2017 1500 models. Come now for all the details. Stay big during Ram Power Days. Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 West Main Street in Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. I'm here to tell you about the ultimate cooking experience. It's the Big Green Egg. The egg delivers amazing results as a grill, a smoker, and even an outdoor oven. Grill burgers, sear steaks at high temperatures, slow cook the perfect rack of ribs, and even bake a crispy pizza. You name it, poultry, seafood, veggies, even desserts, all on the Big Green Egg. Demand the best and ask for it by name. The Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. The Big Green Egg and a full line of Big Green Egg accessories are now available at St. Ace Hardware at the Highway 27 150 West intersection in Lincoln. KL Insurance is your independent insurance agency in Lincolnton, specializes in working with families and small businesses for all of your insurance needs, from auto insurance to health insurance to Medicare and more. By being independent, KL Insurance can shop around for the best coverage for the best dollar to fit your specific needs and budget. Drop by today, open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5, Wednesday 9 till noon. Just call 704-732-4646 or visit the website at kelinsurance.com. This isn't an invitation, it's a dare. A dare to experience a vehicle like no other. The Polaris Slingshot. 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back. Insanely low, absolutely powerful. We dare you to ignore it. We dare you to categorize it. Experience the latest Slingshot models, including the limited edition SLR LE, featuring the all-new Ride Command, only at your Slingshot dealer. We dare you. See Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Always wear a helmet, never drink and drive.
To West Lincoln High School here in Vail, North Carolina, for another beautiful football Friday night. We have the Lincolnton Wolves versus the West Lincoln Rebels. This is Philip Russ here with Smoke Evan Ludwig on the call. Smoke, what are your keys to the ball game tonight for Lincolnton?
Well, for Lincolnton, big plays. Got to make a lot of big plays that are 20 yards plus. That is something that West Lincoln has struggled with throughout the whole year, and especially against some big dynamic offenses. I think that's got to be the big key tonight for Lincolnton.
Well, I feel like, looking at the West Lincoln style of play, like you said earlier in the pregame show, it's all about time of possession. It's what you do with those possessions. You have to come away with points. And positive plays and points are going to have to be in the favor for the Rebels tonight to be successful. Keeping that laundry off the field, those excessive penalties kill drives. They find themselves back against the wall several times. Just simple holding could be detrimental to a Rebel offensive drive. So I think for tonight, it's being able to get the ball in multiple backs' hands and, keep the misdirection going and keep the defense guessing at who's got the carry. For them to do that successfully and keep the laundry off the field, I think West Lincoln's got a fair shot tonight.
And I think the big key tonight for Lincolnton's defense is not to get frustrated up front, because Lincolnton, I don't think, has faced a team that has a line like West Lincoln so far, because the West Lincoln's notorious for cut blocking. A lot of low blocks go to the knees. That's what West Lincoln's always been doing. So, and that frustrates a lot of teams. I've seen it happen before with teams like North Lincoln. So Lincolnton's got to stay disciplined in that scenario going against that offensive line here tonight.
Looking ahead here with the What's Up Shopper upcoming conference schedule, after tonight's ball game, it looks like West Lincoln will be going to play Bandy's they will be at Bandy's on the road.
Yeah.
And then Lincoln will actually be hosting Lake Norman Charter. Both of those are manageable games for both those teams.
Yeah, Bandy's, they've come into this year, I think, with a little bit of higher hopes, maybe being a mid-pack team in the conference, but they're down to their third-string quarterback, and they've been dealt with injuries throughout the whole year, and that's unfortunate for them. Because, for this new 2A conference, they're saying, hey, we got a shot here. But it doesn't look like that's the case, and unfortunately they're on the bottom half of the conference right now. And you look at Lake Norman Charter, well, they're not the Lake Norman Charter that these Lincoln County schools were playing back in 2011, 2012 that had a really good passing attack. It's the complete opposite now.
And I will tell you, something else coming in here, the one thing that you have to account for tonight is which sideline is Mo standing on. If momentum on the home side or away side. Then number two, what players are going to come that are not on our radar? Which ones are going to just have just the game of their life tonight? Because rivalries tend to bring out great play by unexpected ball players.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's going to be anticipated tonight, at least in this rivalry game. It's the battle of Lincoln County right here, at least on the western end. Dominance in Lincoln County has always been held, it seems like, by Lincoln. Do they continue the push again here tonight, or does West Lincoln upset the Wolves in this ball game?
Well, Terry Reinhardt said it best it just started in the mid-'70s, around 1974 the series did. Lincolnton is 37-6 all time. And you got to remember, the last time that West Lincoln won this game, it was all the way back in 2006. Some of these kids might have not been in elementary school when that happened.
Right.
That's how long ago it's been for West Lincoln over Lincolnton. And look, they got to be hungry for this. They know this is the best shot they've had, because Lincolnton, they've lost so much after last year. That deep run they've made both the last 2 years when he made it to the 4th round. And they're at home. They got a raucous crowd. It's pink night here for breast cancer.
That's right.
So, I mean, this is a perfect formula possibly here for West Lincoln, and they got to start off hot.
And, you know, you go through many eras. When you think about Lincolnton football, you went through the Wilson era, then you had the Roseberry era, and then you had the Surratt and the Littlejohn era. You know, there's not that era this year. They don't have that staple guy that they expect to pull them through ball games and tight situations.
Well, and they're only one loss away from having their first losing season since
very true.
1999, before Scott Cloninger took over the helm here at Lincolnton. So, you know, this is something uncommon for Lincolnton.
Right.
This is, you know, it's like watching baseball every year. You expect the Yankees to be good. You expect the Red
Patriots
Sox
to be good in football.
I mean, it's like that. And, you know, this year for Lincolnton, they've lost so many people that it's going to be real hard to overcome. And right now, they've gotten a little bit better as the season's gone along. But unfortunately, they had a real tough start to the season going against Gaston County teams like Stuart Kramer and the defending 3A state champs in South Point.
Well, it looks like we're going to take another break here. The stands are packed here for rivalry football in Lincoln County. If you're not here, folks, you ought to get in your car, crank it up, and drive over here to come support either the Wolves or the Rebels tonight. Big rivalry action, Lincoln County football, big-time conference play here in the 2A South Fork Conference. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig here on the call. We're coming to you live from West Lincoln. You're listening to the Ronaldo All broadcast of the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the black forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company. 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln.
I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
And welcome back to Vail, folks. Just a quick rundown. Let's hit some quick stats. Give you some pregame stats. I'm just coming in here tonight. Lincolnton's offense, passing game has been somewhat growing here in the last few games. Terrell McLean is now 48 of 77 for 644. He's actually made contact for 7 touchdowns. So, you know, that's a pretty good, decent little passing game from a passing attack that was not there in the first couple weeks of the season.
Right, and I think part of that has to do with just not leveling down on your opponents. You know, you're not playing 2 3A schools in a row anymore. You're playing more to your competition now.
Then in the rushing attack, you know, they got Tyshawn Harris. We talked about him earlier. He's a 1,000-yard rusher already in the season with 1,029 yards. He's actually accounted for 10 of the touchdowns for Lincolnton. Something else to take into effect is Terrell McLean has actually carried for the quarterback sneak and some outside, like midline runs. He's rushed for 192 yards from under center. So that kind of, you know, it's abysmal running game after that once you get through Harris and McLean. Then receiving, you know, some of the big ones are like Hollis. He's received 405 yards. Tyshawn Harris has got 105 out of the backfield. A lot of big-time plays come from them in the backfield for tonight.
Yeah, captains for tonight, first for Lincolnton is number 73, which I believe that is Parker Gaines. Number 3, Tyshawn Harris. Number 5, Tyreek Hollis. And number 7, Terrell McLean.
And for West Lincoln, the captains for tonight are number 10, Seth Willis. Number 21, Tyler Cunningham. Number 66, Dalton Burris. And number 77, Brock Steele. So the captains on the field taking instructions from the White Hat as we find out here how the coin toss goes.
Yeah, West Lincoln, and they're all red attire, red pants, red jerseys, red helmets. Lincolnton, yellow helmets with the L on the sides, white jerseys and black pants for tonight. So no difference, it's not going to be hard to tell the difference between the two teams here tonight.
And perceived up here, it looks as if Lincoln has No, West Lincoln won the toss and has deferred to the second half, which means that Lincoln will receive the opening kickoff here from Vail with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go on the clock. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break. This has been the end of the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show on the Renata Automall broadcast. We'll bring you live coverage from here in Vail. West Lincoln versus Lincoln in just a moment.
Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location at 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and just look the big blue awning. Online at turnerhauserins.com. Call 704-732-9577. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some daily lunch and dinner specials. Be sure to check out their homemade soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, east of Lincolnton. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your lawnmower batteries and automated cleaning and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Playing football is tough, and so is going to work every day. Sure, there are some days you don't feel like you're going to make it. When those days come, we invite you to visit Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic Center, 1814 North Aspen Street, Lincolnton, and now an additional location in Denver at 615 Highway 16. Dr. Robin Owings and Dr. Robert Schick invite you to drop by and find out how they can help you feel better. I did. Just call 704-735-9668 or visit the website at prowellnessnc.com. Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. They've always got your back. The Roundup store in Shelby welcomes Mike Trent. Come in and see Mike for all of your door and window needs. Come in and see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors, $40. See the line of all-wood kitchen cabinets, countertops, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at roundupshelby.com. In trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton. At Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money to put down. Milholland Automotive has the banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincolnton. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. That's Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton.
And here we go, folks. Welcome back to Vail, North Carolina. West Lincoln taking on Lincolnton. Ready for the opening kickoff. Kick is going to be kicked off by number 44, Preston Thomas of the Rebels. Back to return for the Wolves is number 6, Skylar Evans. Number 5, Tyreek Hollis. And looks like number 3, Tyshawn Harris.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked here, Philip, to see a pooch kick, and that's what they're going to try to do.
Received by Sincere Pearson as he's going to take it toward his sideline, get up across the 35 as he meets a host of Rebels and going to be tackled down at about the 36-yard line.
See, what Philip, what Wes was wanting to do there is just not get it to one of those 3 speedsters there, and I think they're going to try to do that all night. They don't care if they start at the 35-yard line or the 40-yard line as long as they don't give up that touchdown.
So going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves, middle of the field on the 36-yard line to start the drive here. They break out a huddle, going to go 2 by 2. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Halfback is going to be to the left of the quarterback. McClain surveying the defense.
Yeah, shotgun formation to start off.
Here's the handoff to Harris. He's going to dart ahead off the left side and get up to about the 40-yard line. A solid 4-yard gain there. So 2nd down and 6 here for the Wolves. A solid positive play going back to their running game of a steady diet of Harris early on like they have in games past.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 4 yards of play, that's going to be great for Lincolnton, you know, especially out of the shotgun formation, because I've only seen them run the big ball, and I haven't seen them in one of the shotguns. But, you know, against a team like West Lincoln, it could be very dangerous here tonight.
So similar formation, 2-by-2. Halfback's now going to be aligned to the right side of the quarterback. McLean calls the signals, fakes the handoff, turns a quick hot pass to Hollis, tipped up in the air and almost intercepted by the Rebels. Number 12 for West Lincoln, Jesse Hatcher, there to get the almost tipped pass, almost turned into a first turnover of the ballgame for the Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect play call there, and you had Tyreek Hollis open, just not the best throw by McLean. You got to hit Tyreek Hollis in stride there. Would have been a first down, possibly a touchdown if he would have, because I think Hollis would have sped past the safety on that play.
So they're going to say there that was a illegal receiver downfield. Going to move it back 5 yards and going to be 3rd down and what looks to be a long 11.
Well, I guess Gibbons is a little bit happier now that it's that wasn't caught, or that would have really hurt him. But you still give up a down, and now you're 11 yards back. This is what West Lincoln needed to see here. Just got to play a little bit prevent defense and not give up a play to the 46.
So out of the huddle, showing trips right, slot left, running back to the right of the quarterback, going to be sprint out right. McLean looking to pass, getting pushed out of the pocket, throws the ball up in the air. He's got a man. It's called. He's across the 40, 35, 30, going to be tackled down out and around the 25-yard line. Pass received by number 6, Skylar Evans, there with a great pass there off the right side.
Yeah, that's a gain of about 40 on the play there, Phillips. That's a big play like Lincolnton needed to have here. A nice recovery by McLean after that bad incompletion on the last play.
So going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves from the West Lincoln 24-yard line. Ball's going to be spotted on the right hash. As they break out of the huddle, going to go 2-by-2. Halfback's going to be the left side of McLean. McLean barks out orders, takes the snap, chooses to stick in the gut of Harris. Harris is going to go off the right side, have space. Gain of at least 5 or 6. Have to keep his balance before he's pushed out of bounds there. So we'll see where the spot is on the far side of the field there toward Lincoln's side. Able to get out in space and make a couple defenders missed in the 1st and 2nd level.
So 2 carries for 9 yards so far for Harris. A pretty good start. That one went on the outside besides the first one, which went inside the offensive line there. So
Ball's going to be placed just a little bit over the 20 there, so already in the red zone for the Wolves here in their first drive of the ballgame, 2nd and 5. Going to go trips right, slot left. Here's the snap. Quarterback keep. So he's going to go left side. He's breaking up wide open. Touchdown, Wolves. Terrell McLean on the quarterback keeper stuck a fake into Harris's gut, pulled it out, went off the left tackle, and for the first points, actually the first silver point home touchdown of the game, Lincoln now leads 6-0 with 10:27 on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard.
And I mean,
pending the PAT.
I mean, that's just a perfect call. He saw heavy blitz there. It was a read option play. Everyone thought it was going to Harris. Instead, you pull it out of his gut and you take it for a trip to the end zone there if you're McLean. And just a beautiful drive for Lincolnton, a nice way to start off this game.
So on to kick will be number 22, Brian Sedania, and he's going to kick it up. It's going to be good. So as we sit now, Lincoln 7, West Lincoln 0 on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment after word from our sponsors.
Drew, this new city just makes me miss home, man.
Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like your mom's.
But I miss home.
Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean?
Or close the fridge and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off.
All right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But no, I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
Oh, no, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Having trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton. At Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money to put down. Milholland Automotive has the banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincoln. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. That's Milholland Automotive in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I
to put in the box. They're showing a 5-2 front, a bear front here. Willis under center, checks with his coordinator on the sideline. Got a fullback behind, halfback to his left, wingback to his right, slot left. Motion to the Lincoln sideline, going to fake and stick it in the gut of his fullback, who goes ahead forward for several yards.
Yeah, nice 4-yard gain for Fan. Cut it up onto the field there, Phillip, and he kind of tripped a little bit down when he was trying to make that cut. So unfortunate for Eichert there. I mean, he barely got a yard on that play.
So 2nd down and 9, going to be on the left hash here, 36-yard line. 8:38 left on the First Federal 7-8 scoreboard. Lincoln 7, West Lincoln 0. Breaks the huddle. Going to be a formation similar to the early on in the drive. Going to turn, be sweep to the wide side of the field. Eichert's going to have a hole, cut back to the middle, and gain several more yards as he's brought down by the linebacker from Lincoln there. Looked like that was number 33, Noah Espendola there on the tackle.
Espendola leads the team in sacks and tackles. He's one of the top tacklers on the team, so look for his name to be possible defensive player of the game tonight. But that time Eichert actually could cut up and didn't trip over and got himself some more yardage to make it 3rd and manageable.
So Willis with the hard count, trying to get him to jump. Goes check with me with the coach. Going to have slot to his left, this time tight end to his right. Barks out a hard call again. No bite there by the Wolf defense. Again, here's the play. He's going to be turned, handoff to the fullback off the left side. He's going to dive ahead, and it looks like he's going to be about a yard short for the 1st down. So 4th and 1 coming for the Rebels here.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a sticky, tough call here to make for Sane, but I think he's going to go ahead and try to go for it here in this scenario. But you're risking giving Lincolnton the ball inside their own inside West Lincoln territory. So this is the risk you got to take if you're Coach Sane, I think.
Well, I think you come out, see what they give you, hard count them. If they don't jump, then you maybe lobby between 1 or 2 plays here offensively. You can go either direction. They're going to just choose to go straight ahead, the quarterback sneak, and the only man that pops out of the middle is going to be Seth Willis, and that's going to be plenty of yards there for another Eddie Otto Park 1st down.
I mean, that's about 7 yards. Just the front line for Lincolnton, I don't know if they didn't expect it or not. I think they were hoping for a hard count. But instead, just nice blocking up front, nice just momentum carried by Seth Willis on the play for about a 7-yard gain.
All right, and Willis back under center here, going to bring a man in motion to the Lincoln sideline. Turns, fakes the handoff to the halfback, hands off to the fullback, head of steam down the middle, and it's going to be a gain of at least 6.
Yeah, Fansook's starting to get a little bit going here. That's his longest gain of the game's this drive, so. And he's already gotten 5 carries, Phillip, so they're just trying to work him to get him at least 25, 30 carries tonight, I think.
And one thing, too, you could tell that West Lincoln's setting up early, trying to get a bunch of quick plays. That way when they go to the hard count, it makes it more efficient. So Willis is going to check with his coach. Here's the snap. Handoff going to be to the fullback off the right side, A-gap. He's going to keep fighting as he has 3, 4, 5 guys to him as he just barely barrels ahead. Going to be close to another Eddie Otto Park 1st down here. Let's see as the white hat judges it.
I think he fought for that extra half yard, Phillip, and I think he's going to get it because of it.
And he does, and that's another 1st down Rebels. As the drive continues here in Vail, the Rebels making smooth work as they're just staying on the ground. No pass plays this drive yet. Willis under center, hard count again, trying to see if the discipline is there on the defense, and it is.
Yeah, and he's looking over to Coach Avery behind the line of scrimmage for the play call now.
Turn, going to be student body right as a sweep to the right, and it's going to be met and stuck as nobody was blocking there on the edge. Good interior blocking, but once they got to the edge, it was going to be slammed right in the face by a bunch of Wolves led by number 7, Terrell McClain there.
Also, nice job. I think the initial play was made by Espinoza to force Eichert to go inside because the blocker just could not handle Espinoza on that play. Game.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Willis under center, looks left, right, checks the defense, turns, hands off, fakes, looking to pass, has immediate pressure, and throws it to an unintended receiver. Actually, that was a lineman there.
And it's intercepted.
Interception made by number 55, and that's going to be Mauricio Lozano. Mauricio Lozano, defensive lineman, probably not intended to come in tonight with a turnover and was able to get his sticky big old bear paws right on that thing, pull it right in.
And once again, the pressure was caused by Noah Espinoza, who just had a clean look over to Seth Willis. And Seth Willis, he's just got to hold on to the ball there.
Yeah, just take the sack there, definitely.
Don't throw it to him when you're covered by the opposing team all over the place. Just a poor play there by Seth Willis. And after what was going to be a good drive, you turn it over. So not a good start for West Lincoln.
So immediately Lincoln is going to come out 2 by 2 from the shotgun. McLean going to stick it in the gut of Harris. He's going to get vertical up the middle, go left then right, and fall ahead forward for a gain of about, looks like 3 there. So another impressive gain by Harris there from a little dart read action as he's getting it from his quarterback. You know, kind of have to honor the pass, you know, definitely there.
Yeah, and you're just looking to say, hey, I know Harris is the leading running back here on this team, already got 1,000 yards, but also Terrell McLean could get it out of his gut and take it for himself like he did for that touchdown. So you're having to respect both sides of that backfield if you're West Lincoln on defense.
All right, so going to show trips right, slot left. McLean up behind in shotgun. Going to take the snap, stick it in the gut of Harris. He's going to go off the left side, losing the ball, but it looks like the ball is going to be fumbled up because of the contact with the ground. But it's going to be enough to gain several yards there.
Yeah, so he's gained 6 yards here on both of his carries, making it a 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and 4, got to get to the West Lincoln 47-yard line to get the first down. And look, if you're Lincolnton, you're smelling blood here. You can already, with a touchdown here, you can go up 2 scores and really make it a disadvantage. But there's a penalty flag over towards the sideline of Lincolnton.
Yeah, and it is going to be assessed here. We're going to get the call. It's going to be false start, a very delayed false start call. That came after the play was already made. So Lincoln was sitting nice with 3rd and 4. Now going to face a stout 3rd and, well, they're going to keep it down 2nd. It's going to be 2nd and 12 here.
Yeah, I just don't think the officials knew that there was a flag thrown on the play, and the side judge is, you know, pretty far down. And then we're on the left near side hash here, so I think that's part of the problem.
Trips right, slot left, going to roll to the trip side. McLean looking deep for pass, got a man. It's going to be up in the air, and that was an outstanding defensive play. That play was made by number 12, Jesse Hatcher again. Seems like we're going to call that name a lot tonight for the West Lincoln secondary.
And McLean, it just looked like he flicked it. He didn't really throw it. It's just like a little lob pass there, and I think that was part of the problem. A nice effort by Skylar Evans trying to get a hold of that, but, you know, just it's too high up for him there.
One thing to bring to mention is the defensive line is not getting any pressure on
No, and they struggle to get
quarterback. McLean's able just to flow out of the pocket very easy and very smooth.
And at least against North Lincoln, they were able to get some pressure, but, you know, we're still early on and they haven't gotten any pressure at all on Lincolnton. And an interception. Oh, no, an interception dropped by number 22. That was Trey Bryant. It got off the hands of Tyreek Hollis. Another overthrown ball by Terrell McLean. And a big missed opportunity by Lincolnton to not score off the turnover, and a big missed opportunity for West Lincoln not to get a turnover for themselves. But luckily for West Lincoln, Phillip, it's 4th down now.
So 4th and long, going to be back to punt is the quarterback. You know, with the quarterback back in the punting position, you know, you have that option to always have that fake here, but definitely with the lead early on in the first quarter, you got to be conservative here. You got to just punt it deep and let your defense come on the field and do some work. So they're going to run another man on. Only had 10 there.
And, you know, Brendan Eichert is a threat to return this punt for a touchdown. Just got to get some good blocks here. And if he gets some room, he's gone.
So the punt is up. It's wobbly.
And it's a lot of hang time
there. And it's going to be downed, it looks like, somewhere in between the 25 and the 30.
Yeah, going to be downed at about the 28-yard line. So no return for Brendan Eichert as it was a wobbly punt, but it did have a lot of hang time on it. So nice job by Terrell McLean avoiding a return from Brendan Eichert as West Lincoln is going to try to regroup and kind of, you know, not make the same. The guy that can't make the same mistakes they did on this last possession they had.
The thing is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel if you're the offensive coordinator for the Rebels. Stick what's been working. Offensive running game is there. It's been, you know, you're just not going to get it in a big play. They tried to go to the first passing play tonight, and it turned into a turnover. So just probably stay on the ground here and just keep driving with the run game. As they do, is they hand it off to Fansuk up the middle, and he's going to fall ahead. I mean, anytime like right there, you know, you get a 7-8 yard gain. That looks like another 8-yard gain there by Nakeith and Fansuk. I mean, with that coming from your fullback position, just a steady diet on that's going to find you in the end zone momentarily.
I mean, that just makes it so easier if you're Coach Avery, the offensive coordinator for West Lincoln, to maybe dial up a more conservative play call and maybe second down. You don't have to pull out all the stops to get a first down if you only get a 1 or 2 yard play. We saw it last night in the Panthers game. That's was a struggle for him.
He's going to motion across the formation, going to make it real heavy to the right. He's going to have the edge. Eichert's going to get out and beyond the 40 there, able to motion the wing back across the formation, hand off to the halfback as he dives ahead for another 80-yard apart first down, and that ball is going to be spotted, looks like, at the 43-yard line on the right hash. So to make it easier to get the play call in here for West Lincoln, being close to their sideline.
Yeah, and that's already the 8th carry for Fan Sook, and I mean, he's only had 2 carries below 5 yards. I mean, he is really getting it done so far early on in this game.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely probably going to find the century mark here before we even get out of the first half.
And he's close to 1,000 yards coming into this game, so he needs about 160 to get to that.
So motion to the sideline from the wingback. Going to be a handoff to the fullback. He's going to be met in the middle by McLean at number 55, Mauricio Lozano. And it's going to be a tackle after a gain of 3 yards. So the ball's going to be spotted now on the 46-yard line on the right hash.
Yeah, and then maybe now, Fan Sook, you've already gotten him near 10 carries, maybe try to get a little bit to Eichert here, maybe even use one of your new guys, Dylan Beam, who's replaced Nathan Hull. So, I mean, maybe try to get some other guys incorporated so you don't burn out Fan Sook, because this is, we're still in the first quarter here.
So with Willis under center, is going to motion flat across the formation, his wingback. Turn, stick it in Van Zook gut. He's going to fight ahead forward for a gain of about 4 yards. A strong 4-yard gain there by the fullback. It's going to make it 3rd and manageable for the Rebels here. Something that you just note is we've not called Brandon Eichert's name a lot. It seems like they're going to go to sleep and try to just focus in on the fullback and expect a big play coming soon from Brandon Eichert in that offense.
Yeah, Brendan Eichert, it's been a little quiet so far. 3 carries for 6 yards. One of them was for no gain. So Eichert's only got 3 carries, and Seth Willis got that quarterback sneak for 7 yards. But other than that, it's been all a healthy dose of Nicafe and Fan Sook.
Lincoln is still showing strong with that bare front as Willis brings him in flat across the motion, right to left. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. As he dives ahead, he's going to get plenty of yards there. Another 80-yard apart first down for West Lincoln as the quarterback sneak is yet again going to be a crucial play that the Lincoln defense doesn't even see coming.
Well, I think part of the thing is here, Philip, is that the split outs for the offensive linemen are pretty wide. There's some gaps in between that, and he pops right up, and usually you'd get hit right in the mouth, but with West Lincoln's offensive line, he isn't getting hit right in the mouth.
So it's going to be a twins right, and it's going to be a quick pitch to the fullback going to the right. He's going to dart ahead and go from the 49. He's going to move all the way up, and the ball's going to be placed, it looks like, at the 43-yard line. So fair gain there, gain of about 3.
I got a score update. Maiden on top of North Lincoln after 1 quarter of play, 7-0 for a score of interest. So we'll try to get some of those scores more into the halftime show.
So 53 seconds showing on the first Federal State Bank scoreboard. Lincoln is still up 7-0 against the Rebels here. Rebels are currently driving. Brings the motion man to his left turn. Quick pitch to number 3. He's going to get outside. That's Pendergrass. He's got a hole. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rebels.
It's a big play. You get your young sophomore involved. We were talking about Eichert being a speed back. Well, Pendergrass hasn't gotten that many opportunities, but that's a big opportunity. And what did you say before the game started, Philip? We're going to see some unusual heroes in tonight's game with this being a rivalry game.
And there's a new name to be called tonight for West Lincoln. Xander Pendergrass able to get on the edge and put on some burners. The secondary of Lincoln was like, whoa, where'd that guy come from? You don't see that kind of speed on the West Lincoln side of the ball, and there he went.
That's faster than Eichert there, so that's unbelievable. And I think West Lincoln's going to try to go for 2 here.
Definitely a great call there by the offensive coordinator. Is he able to get the Rebels on the board? And like you said early on, would definitely go for 2 here to try to hold the edge only. Willis under center going to turn, hand off to the fullback. He's going to be met in the backfield, but dive ahead and fighting, but it's going to be no good as it's snuffed out and tackle made by number 50, Jade Clark. Jade Clark able to penetrate the offensive line and tackle the 2-point conversion in the backfield. Since the 2-point conversion was such a quick change of events, we're just going to stay here, folks, so you don't miss the kickoff return, because usually with Lincoln on the field, if they get it to the right guy, I mean, we could up and see a quick schedule change there. We'd like to give a shout-out to our sponsor, Silver Point Homes, as we had just have another Silver Point home touchdown.
Yeah, and by the way this game is looking, we could have about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 touchdowns for Silver Point Homes tonight, so I bet they're going to be happy. But
that's right.
I mean, even Eddie's Auto Parts, I mean, we've already called about 15 first downs. So
a lot of offense tonight. Probably if we had a defensive sponsor, probably wouldn't get to call that, because there's not a lot of tackles and a lot of stops being made. So on the first Federal State Bank scoreboard, 35.5 seconds left. West Lincoln now has found the way on the scoreboard as Lincoln leads 7-6 here. Number 44, Preston Thomas, set to kick it off for the Rebels. Quick change of pace. The game's still going. They have now moved the back line receivers up to the 20, 25-yard line. just to try to get them in on the action, maybe to get a kickoff return, maybe to one of their better hands.
Yeah, and if you're the kicker here for West Lincoln, if you're Thomas, you just got to kick it to around that 30-yard line. Kick it to Pearson once again.
So a little pooch, it's going to go right to Pearson. He's going to go back toward the middle. He's got a good wall. He finds it in the middle. He gets a seam. He's up to the 40, tackled down at about the 42, 43-yard line. Looking like it's going to be spotted right around the 42 there.
And I think nice job by Pearson trying to find that little hole to get some more yardage. And, Phillip, what Lincolnton could do on this, if they get another kickoff return here.
Just sneak somebody up there to that line they want to get the return.
Right, or you could possibly pitch it off to the other side. I mean, that's a possibility that Lincolnton can use later on in this ballgame.
Well, we were here earlier in the year when they played Maiden, and Maiden just actually started sneaking their deep guys up in the middle of the formation, and that they didn't, it wasn't a big change, but it was able to make a big impact on the returns. Lincolnton's going to come out, trips bunch right, quick snap, quick handoff to Harris as he goes off the right side, dot in, but then back outside as he gets out of bounds after he getted the yardage for the first down. Another Eddie Autopart first down, Wolves. So that was just a quick hit play. Went trip bunch to the top side, got some extra guys out there on the edge to block for Harris, and Harris was able to dart ahead to get big yardage.
Yeah, Harris has only had 4 carries, not much as Fansoak, but he's made his impact. He's gotten already 22 yards off of only 4 carries, so that's over 5 yards a carry so far.
So here we go, trips right, slot left, halfback to the left. Going to be quarterback keep straight ahead as McLean charges ahead. A big gain as he lowers his shoulder. Not very conventional for many quarterbacks, but that was able to just blow ahead as a hard charge straight ahead.
And he got about 6 yards on the play.
I'm telling you, that's a big play for the Lincoln offense. Seeing them this year much. McLean not afraid to charge ahead. But with the clock ticking down, that's going to be the end of the first quarter here on the First Federal State scoreboard. Lincoln 7, West Lincoln 6. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. This area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership. 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more. From the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices. Plus, they have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South of 95 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Yellow Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. Start of the second quarter. Lincoln to be trips right. Looking to his left, McLean finds his target. It's going to be caught by Hollis. Hollis is going to get a good, solid, stiff arm, get up to the 30, 25, 20, 15, and knocked out of bounds at about the 11.
But there is a flag at the line of scrimmage.
He was able to lay a boom there as he just flat backed one of the secondary players of the West Lincoln, but it is coming back with a significant hold there.
Yeah, can't have those holding penalties if you're Lincolnton. We've seen in one of the last drive they had a penalty that really hurt the momentum of the drive. So, I mean.
Those are drive killers.
Yeah, those are drive killers. And, you can't have that if you're Lincolnton. We've seen it happen a lot with East Lincoln this year, that they've had drive killers that have really hurt the momentum of the struggling offense that they've had. So, I mean, Lincolnton, if they want to even have a shot at making the playoffs here, Phillip, they got to win this game, and they can't be having penalties like that.
So a big flip of the field here. It's going to be second down and 24. Well, I'd say second down and 18 for the Wolves here. Ball's going to be spotted at the 44-yard line, right hash. Going to go trips left, slot right. Big receiver down here at the bottom on Pendergrass. McLean's going to go sprint out to the trips as he's rolling, no pressure at all, looking down the field, looking through all his progressions. Choose to throw. And it is going to be called. The side judge is going to say that it was a completed pass to number 2, Malcolm Durr. And Durr's going to be down at the 45-yard line.
That's a tough catch there for Malcolm Durr to make. About 4 or 5 defenders were right inside that area. And still, you know, McLean doesn't have the throwing motion.
No, that looked like it was either injury or like just a weird winged shuttle pass.
But, hey, it got the job done, and it makes it 3rd and manageable now for the Wolves to where they could possibly run a read option, which is where they're stronger at.
So 3rd and 7, going to go trips left, slot right. Halfback's going to be to the right of McLean. McLean barks out his calls. Hands off to Harris straight ahead. He's going to get ball's going to be on the ground. He fumbled as he was going down, and the ball's going to be recovered. But the official's going to blow it dead and said he was down by the ground. So what could have been a recovery for a first down looks like it's going to be spotted down.
It's right at the line, the first down. That's actually going to be only a gain of 6. It's going to be 4th and inches coming up here, so this is going to be a big play.
Big play, and if I'm a betting man up here, I'm going to put all the chips on the table. I'm expecting McLean to take the snap, go under center, go quarterback sneak straight ahead. It's something that they're really efficient with offensively.
Well, or they could also do a hard count first just to make sure, but it looks like they're going to have McLean go under center here.
Going to go twins left, slot right. Halfback's going to be directly behind the quarterback. Quarterback's going to survey. Snap, and it is going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's going to fall ahead forward with just enough to get another 80-yard apart first down.
Yeah, going to be a gain of about 2 on the play, but of course that's all you needed. It was like a 6 inches, I believe.
Yep, so the ball is going to be spotted left hash on the 36-yard line. Lincoln is still driving. 10:07 left on the first Federal State Bank scoreboard. Lincoln up 7-6 here in Vail. Lincoln going to come out, go trips right, slot left. McLean going to decide to keep it himself, go straight up the middle behind the center. He's got 9, maybe 10, looks like 11 yards based on the spot there. Huge play in a very unconventional way. Just a direct snap shotgun, little wildcat looking play as he pushes ahead, and the ball is going to be spotted now on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who the West Lincoln defender was, but he saved that from being a touchdown by holding on to McLean's jersey for about 5 yards before he was finally brought down by a couple of other Rebels. But now Lincolnton's found their mojo once again on offense after giving up that pretty big penalty.
So they're going to go to a tight end set. Tight end's going to be to the right, twins right. Slot to the left. Quarterback going to take the snap, hand off to Harris, who's met immediately in the backfield. Huge defensive play as a pair of Rebels, number 20, Hayden Thomas, and number 12, Jesse Hatcher, down to make the play there.
Also, number 72 on that stop for West Lincoln, which was Quentin Hevner. So that's the first time we've seen
some penetration there.
Yeah, some penetration on the defensive line there for West Lincoln, and that's much needed.
And another tackle for loss for the Rebel defense. Rebel defense has at times been extremely stingy as they prevent a lot of offenses from gaining yards on the ground. They have to throw the ball to try to get on this defense. They're going to go trips right, sprint out to the trip side. McLean looking deep, checking his progressions, opting to run as he lowers his shoulder into about 5 Rebels, and only going to get maybe just a yard short of the original first down marker. So it looks like it's going to be spotted at about the 26-yard line there. He was, I guess his targets were all covered up and decided to lower a blow, but able to get tackled down by 5 Rebels.
Yeah, going to be at the 25, so I think it's going to be right at 3rd and 10. But, they had no one to look at but to throw it downfield, and McLean had no pressure, so he's like, might as well just try to get some yardage out of this instead of getting an incompletion. But it's still 3rd and long coming up here for the Wolves offense.
But, and another thing to be in mind here is Lincoln does not have a very strong kicker. Mm-hmm. So they're in 2-down territory to at least try to advance this drive even further. So they go trips left, going to sprint to the trip side again, finds immediate pressure in the backfield, and it's going to be a big sack, huge sack by number 15, Kanan Bridges. He met contact with Harris. Him and Harris kind of volleyed as McLean tried to sprint out to his left. He reached out, grabbed the jersey, jumped on him, and now we're going to see it 4th and 20. Wolves definitely pass position here for the Wolves. They got to go for it here on 4th down without a kicker.
Rolling out to your left, and then Harris, not great job at trying to do a pass block there. It easily got past him, and McLean had nowhere to go. Nice job by McLean holding on to the ball, however.
So going to break out of the huddle, go trips left, slot right. McLean making the call. Here's the snap. Back, just sitting back. Immediate pressure's felt. Ball is thrown up in the air, and an outstanding play defensively by number 12, Jesse Hatcher, as he went up with a well-sized receiver. Number 4, Sincere Pearson, coming in here tonight, 6'1", looking a very tall 6'1", and Hatcher able to jump up and just play tip ball and tip the ball out of the air.
Yeah, and just nice job because that was right in his hands, as you said, and Hatcher just boom, just swatted it down like a volleyball. And that was at the 20. If Hatcher was able to tackle him at the 20, that would have been a big difference, because that would have given – that's 15-yard loss basically for West Lincoln. So now you get the ball at your own 35-yard line. So that's another 15 yards that they gained by Hatcher knocking it out of the hands of Pearson.
And I'm going to tell you something else key there, fans. If you're here and you're watching and listening to the game, that is textbook what you want your secondary to do. You know, that was not even close to even being thought of a BI. That was just great defense played by the Rebels. And as we speak, Willis is bringing one flat across the motion. Going to be a quick pitch to the left. Fansuit's got a sideline range and get up across the 40 as he's tackled down at about the 41. So as we're sitting here, West Lincoln's back to work on offense. Huge run there by Nikithan Fansuit as he gets up to the 40. And it looks like 41-yard line, actually.
And that was a touchdown saving tackle there by Tyshawn Harris. If he didn't get to the edge right when he did and get that low hit on Fansuit, that could have been gone for 6 there, Phillip.
So here we go again. Going to be more of a wishbone-type set. They're showing now 5 straight defensive linemen down with 2 walk-up ends and 3. So like a 5-3. The safety's actually only playing about 6 yards off the ball. Quarterback sneaks straight ahead by Willis. He's fighting the entire defense as they keep getting a big push, and he gets enough for a first down.
Yeah, he got 5 yards on that play. That quarterback sneak, I mean, that's some of the best quarterback sneaks I've seen from anybody. Just the amount, it's like 2 or 3 yards before he even gets contact from the opposing team.
I don't know if you picked up on it right there, but that was a very strange play defensively. Did you see number 50 on the defensive line for Lincoln? He waited till they stood him up, and he tried to dive underneath of the legs and tried to basically chop down trees as he was crawling through trying to find a Rebel leg to pull down to try to stop that drive. But another 80-yard apart first down puts the ball 1st and 10 from the 46. Willis back in a pistol. Going to turn, fake the hand off the fullback. It's going to go off the right side to number 7, another back we've not spoken of tonight, Dylan Beam. As Beam goes off the right-hand side for a significant gain there.
Yeah, Beam's have been a synonymous name here at West Lincoln. I don't think he's in relation to the Beams that, of course, West Beam, the most winningest coach here at West Lincoln. But, you know, it seems like there's a Beam everywhere you look in Lincoln County.
Well, I'll tell you, that once again, we're speaking of players that are coming out and being spoken about tonight, that in a rivalry game, different people just kind of just show up. And here we go again, sweep to the left, and got a seam as he goes across the 50. Brendan Eichert, big gain there, as he just forcefully earned a strong 6 yards there. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Hey, but, you know, nice job by Eichert. You made it 3rd and a short now coming up after it being 2nd and long. A nice cut up there, and I think a pretty darn good block by the senior Dalton Burris to flush that defender out so he could cut up the field and get some yardage.
And definitely 2-down territory. You know, you got coverage issues if you kick it in the air to a guy, and it's going to be handed off to the left by Willis to Fansuit. Fansuit's going to drive ahead forward for another 80-yard apart first down. What I was saying is with those short down yardages, once you get across the 50, it's 2-down territory. West Lincoln probably doesn't want to punt the ball, get it up in the air, and let a return happen that could be a home run play and a momentum shift for the Wolves. So probably they're just going to opt to just keep running the play, have 4 downs to get the first down, and just try to keep the offense on the field as long as possible.
Well, heck, we're already over halfway through the second quarter here. We're under 5 minutes. So West Lincoln, this is what they want here.
Exactly.
And remember, they get the ball to start the second half.
Sustainability. If you can sustain a drive and keep the ball and drive for points, big things will happen. A little quick throw, and it's out to Pendergrass, and Pendergrass going to, juke and make a man miss across the 25, tackled down at about the 20-yard line. Talk about a guy showing up tonight, number 3, Xander Pendergrass, being the guy that West Lincoln needs to find a way to get the ball to. Quarterback Willis kind of was going to roll out to his right there, turned, felt pressure, looked backside. There's Pendergrass waiting on the ball, and guess what happened?
A big play, and as Lincoln calls a timeout, I guess we'll take a quick timeout and be right back.
Federal Savings Bank has been serving the county for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see through your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boulder City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop and visit and see First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And welcome back to Vail, folks. You're missing a great shootout here in Lincoln County. Lincoln 7, West Lincoln 6 on the first Federal Save Make scoreboard. 4:33 left to go in the second quarter. And the Lincoln Wolves right now, they're on skates as these big boys from West Lincoln just pushing them off the ball and driving down the field.
Well, Philip, the guy that's made the biggest difference, some of the biggest plays tonight is Xander Pendergrass, and he's a small guy. He's a sophomore, only 5'7", 140 pounds, and he's got this Lincolnton defense on skates. He had a 21-yard reception just on the last play, and, of course, ran for that 43-yard touchdown on the last drive for West Lincoln.
Got to find a way to get that young man the ball here as Willis is under center. Going to flat motion across the formation with Pendergrass. Going to turn, hand off to Fansuk. He's going to go off the left edge over to 15, the 10. Going to be tackled down at the 9. Folks, I can hear the tractors humming as West Lincoln is driving towards pay dirt. Another huge gain as we now have our next Eddie Honor Park first down.
Look, they don't really have an answer for Pendergrass, and they don't have an answer for Fansuk. The only guy they've really kept contained so far is Eichert, but that's because he hasn't gotten the ball that much.
And if you look at the defensive front, it looks like they've put every single person in the box, almost like if you parked the bus there, West Lincoln's like, that's fine. We're going to attack outside the tackles, and you're not going to stop it. Here goes a quick pitch to Fansuk. He's going to go off the left side, 5 in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. Nakeithan Fansuk with a quick pitch to the left as the Rebels find their way on the board, and we've got our first lead change here in the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they're just going to the outside, which is not unlike West Lincoln. They usually just try to get it inside that gut, but tonight they've found a weak spot here for Lincolnton so far, and Lincolnton has no answer for it.
Well, think about it. You put everybody in the box. All you got to do is take your tackles, just sail off the edge and get outside and make it one-man miss, which is the corner. You make one-man miss, and boom, pay dirt, here we come.
So now they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. It'd be big if they can get that to make it a 7-point game.
So here we go. Willis under center. Going to go flat motion across the formation to his left. Turn, snap, quick pitch to the left. Eichert. He's going to get ahead, but snuffed out by number 3, Tyshawn Harris. And the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. We're going to take a quick break here with a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years. And oh yeah, double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic shelf, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-422-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
So Thomas back to kick, a little pooch kick. This time it's going to be received by number 20, Dajay Powell. Powell's going to go off the left-hand side, get a seam and get an edge and get up across the 40 to about the 41. Powell coming in tonight, a little 5'8", 125 junior. I mean, that's kind of a small guy out there on the field of a bunch of big men.
I mean, he's only 1 inch taller than Xander Pendergrass, who's at 5'7", 140 pounds soaking wet. But, you know, these small guys are getting after it. A pretty nice return there by, as you said, Powell, and gives Lincolnton some good field position. But, you know, Lincolnton's kind of shot themselves in the foot, with whether it be a bad sack with some bad pass protection or some penalties.
So 1st and 10 from the 42. Trips right, slot left. McLean going to choose to keep it himself, go straight ahead, but he's met immediately by number 66, Dalton Burris. Burris able just to wrap his arms around him and just fall to the ground for a gain of maybe 3 there. They're going to give a generous spot, gain of 3. I thought he gained maybe 1 there.
He got 2 there. He got 2 on the play. But, you know, Lincolnton, what they need to do here is try to burn as much clock as they can and then score with under a minute to go. That's what they're going to have to do so they don't, as we were talking about during the break, you know, the worst-case scenario for Lincolnton is get stopped here and give up a 2-for-1 since West Lincoln receives the ball to start the second half.
He's going to opt to go trips right, going to hand off to Harris straight ahead, and he's struggling, bumbling, and falls down right at the marker. Dependent of the spot, looks like it's going to be enough for a first down here. Going to be waiting to see what's called. It is another Eddie Auto Park first down.
I mean, Cannon Bridges was on the ride for about 6 yards with Tyshawn Harris. I mean, Tyshawn Harris isn't really a tall back. He's only 5'9", 150, but he was taking Cannon for a ride there. I mean,
usually your small guys have a better center of gravity, so he was able to maintain that and carry him ahead. That's just, that applause goes to the strength and conditioning coach for the Wolves. Wolves going to break out of the huddle, go trips right, slot left. Halfback's going to alternate sides. Was movement in the backfield, but not called. Pass over the middle to number 2, Malcolm Durr. And have we said it one time? We're going to say it several more times tonight. Outstanding defensive play by number 12, Jesse Hatcher.
I mean, I know that was a little bit high on the throw there by McLean, but that was right in Hatcher's hands, or Durr's hands. You got to hold on to that ball. That was right in your fingertips. I mean, it was high, but it was still on your fingertips, and you looked like you were bringing it down with you, and then you just dropped it. I mean, you can't have those types of drops when you're playing behind in a rivalry game.
McLean he needs to look away and try to get Hatcher somewhere away from his intended target. They're going to go trips bunch right. Quarterback smacks hands off to Harris off the right-hand side. He's got the edge. A missed tackle there, and here we go again. Xander Pendergrass tries to go for the strip, but the running back's going to go out of bounds, it looks like, at the 33, and that's enough for an Eddie Autopart first down. The big whiff tackle there was almost made by number 21, Tyler Cunningham. If he would have made tackle, that would have actually been a tackle for the loss in the backfield.
Yeah, about a 1-yard loss, but he went for those knees and just couldn't make contact. Tried maybe go a little bit higher on the hit, but, just tried to dive out for it and couldn't get to Harris in time. But I think that's more of a testament to Harris's speed.
So on the first field save make scoreboard, 2:45 and clicking. Trips bunch right. Going to be a snap. Looks like a fake handoff. Quarterback going to go off the left side. He's going to have a seam and get tackled down by Cunningham, and assist made by Hatcher as he darts ahead for another Eddie Autopart first down. Now, so back-to-back first downs, chunking off this yardage here with the clock ticking. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on the first Federal Save Make scoreboard. West Lincoln holding a small lead, 12-7 over the Wolves.
And the only problem here is if you give up a touchdown with over 2 minutes left, if you're Lincolnton, West Lincoln still has all 3 timeouts, can maybe move the ball down the field pretty quickly.
So going to be a quick handoff to number 3, Harris. He's going to go right behind the center through the left A-gap. Falling ahead forward for a gain of at least 3, maybe 4. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 4 there. So second down and 6. So the Wolves in the huddle breaks out. Going to show now a trips right, slot left. Halfback's going to be to the right. They're showing strength to the right. Going to opt to look left. Solo coverage, man coverage, and it's going to be defensive pass interference very easily.
That should have been a touchdown, though. I mean, it was pass interference, an obvious call, but that was right in Tyreek Hollis's hands. It looked like he was adjusting his body to go into the end zone, and then he dropped it. I don't know if maybe the defender got a hand on it while he was trying to,
Yeah, it looked like the defender kind of reached over and was grabbing his right breastplate and was just pulling his back shoulder that just kind of pulled him away from the ball. Still trying to see the number. Looks like it's going to be 22. The call going to be against Trey Bryan, a defensive back. He was in man coverage, and that's the target you want to go to. Go trips away, put him out there on the island, try to get the ball out to your receiver. And, it was a smart decision. It's going to be your classic Florida Shelby player to watch, Tyreek Hollis. But now it's going to be first and goal from the 9-yard line, 8-yard line.
8-yard line. So now I think if Lincolnton here try to maybe burn off the clock.
Going to probably be, and it is going to be a quarterback keep straight ahead. He's going to maybe get close to the 5, right at the 6, ball down. I definitely thought with the trip bunch right set that they showed there was going to probably be some type of sweep out to the right side, but instead quarterback pulls it out and goes left and falls ahead forward.
Yeah, but I think that's good not getting the big play on first down because you're trying to get that under a minute here.
Yeah, good clock management. Don't want to score too quick. Let the clock get under a minute and just then score to seal it to where you don't really face danger with putting West Lincoln's offense back on the field. So they're going to show trip bunch right. Going to be a sweep to the right with Harris. He's going to get outside, get to the edge, and get tackled out of bounds at about the 2-yard line, maybe 3 depending on the spot. Looks like they're going to spot him down on the 3. So it's going to be 3 yards to pay dirt for the Wolves, facing a 3rd down and 3 here. Maybe 2. Let's see the spot. So the ball's going to be spotted on the 2. They're going to give a generous spot there. So 3rd and 2 from the 2. 57.4 seconds on the first Federal Save Make scoreboard. West Lincoln holding to a 12-7 lead over the Wolves. Lincoln breaks out, go trips right, halfback to the left, going to fake the handoff, quarterback keep. He's going to lower his shoulder, dive ahead.
Touchdown.
Going to be touchdown Wolves. Terrell McLean diving in on the quarterback sneak with 51.2 seconds left. Lincoln now takes back over the lead as the lead is now 13-12 pending the point after. So 51.2 seconds. Now back to kick is Cedeno for the Wolves. So here's the snap, the hold by Hollis. The kick is up. It is a little left, but it's going to be good. And as we sit now, Lincoln holds a 2-point lead over the Rebels. We're going to quick break. We'll be back here in a moment. So on the first Federal Save Make scoreboard, Lincoln 14, West Lincoln 12.
This isn't an invitation, it's a dare. A dare to experience a vehicle like no other. The Polaris Slingshot. 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back. Insanely low, absolutely powerful. We dare you to ignore it. We dare you to categorize it. Experience the latest Slingshot models, including the limited edition XLR LE, featuring the all-new right hand. Only at your Slingshot dealer. We dare you. Full throttle power sport, 100 Indian Wall 85 in Lowell. Always wear a helmet, never drink and drive. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his Farm Delivery Truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of blend with from the 50s and 60s, along with country gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on Grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com.
All right, welcome back to Vail. Cedeno off to kick it off for the Wolves to the Rebels with 51.2 seconds on the first Federal Save and Make scoreboard. Lincoln up 14, West Lincoln 12. Ball's going to be kicked deep and go in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So the ball's going to be inevitably spotted on the 20-yard line with no time off the clock there. So 51.2. West Lincoln's going to have it 1st and 10 from the 20. 80 yards to go. Smoke, is it doable for the Rebels, or is it better to be conservative?
Better to be conservative when you get the ball to start the second half, and you just gave up a touchdown and gave up the lead. And plus, you don't have a pass-happy offense. So unless you just decide to run the ball on first down and you get about a 20-30-yard gain, don't really try to do anything too bold.
Just try to get out of the half and just save it for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to risk no ample turnover here. West Lincoln going to break the huddle. Going to go slot left. Similar formation as always. Fullback behind the quarterback, halfback to his left, wingback to his right. We're going to have the first timeout, so we're going to take a quick break here. Timeout, Lincoln.
Dream home is out of reach. Think again. At 6 Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, Main Street, Lincoln.
All right, so Lincoln trying to figure out something in the DNA defensively to make sure that no trickery, no gadgetry, nothing comes out here and bites them to cause some kind of big, quick score. Not to say that West Lincoln would try that, but you kind of have to coach everything here in this type of setting in a ball game.
Well, and, you know, this is a very big game here for Lincolnton. If they lose this game, any shot of them making the playoffs is basically thrown out the window. And also for West Lincoln, I mean, they'll take a big hit if they go to 3-5 as well. So, you know, this is a very important game, folks, and it's pretty evenly matched so far here tonight. And, you know, you got to make sure you cross your dots and your T's in this scenario.
So since you said T, West Lincoln's going to come out in it wasn't a T formation. Now going to run the wing back to the left. Going to turn, quick pitch to the left. Eichert's going to get the edge and get brought down about the 23-yard line. So the clock ticking here. Let's see what the Rebels opt to do. They're going to opt to take a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout here. We'll be back after a quick break.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank. Member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank with the offices in Lincolnton, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The Can-Ams have arrived at Al Motorsports in Lincolnton. They're big, they're bold, and they're now in stock at Al Lane Motorsports. See the new 2018 Can-Am Maverick X3 or the new 2018 Can-Am Outlander 1000 XMR. Ask about special financing on selected 2017 models. Al Lane Motorsports, your Can-Am dealer, serving Lincoln, Gaston, Cleveland, and surrounding counties. Online at ALLaneMotorsports.com.
So West Lincoln opt to hand it off and go straight ahead, and it's not going to go anywhere there. Handoff was to Nikita Van Sook, and the clock's going to tick now under 30 seconds. Let's see what the Rebels ought to do. Look like they're just going to keep the timeouts in their pocket and just go ahead and milk the clock out.
Well, honestly, they don't have to run a play here because the play clock's below the the game clock's below the play clock. But it looks like West Lincoln's going to try to run a play here.
Run a quick pitch to the left, and Pendergrass is going to get a little bit outside behind his blocker as he's slung out of bounds.
And now a late flag as he was slung, but the problem is it would look more hurtful because Pendergrass fell right into that fencing area behind the bench of West Lincoln. You can't be doing that there if you're Lincolnton because that gives life to West Lincoln on offense.
So they're going to have a little bit of some extracurriculars on the tackle. It's now going to bring the ball up to, looks like the 41-yard line. So it's going to be 8.2 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10, Rebels.
You're going to maybe try to throw up a Hail Mary in this situation.
Either that or a trick play. Make it look like a run and then air it out.
And I think they got to get Pendergrass involved in this play no matter what. They just got to do something to get Pendergrass involved. And honestly, they could maybe get Pendergrass get about 10 or 15 yards and get out of bounds, or not get out of bounds, but call a timeout and maybe run one more play. Just depends on what happens here, Philip.
Well, we'll see what they got here. Is they're going to put another strong 8-9 in the box. Turn going to opt to sweep. Got a blocker out front. Eichert's going to get across the 50 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
So gain of 14.
3.3. So now it's manageable. If your quarterback can throw it, he can throw it 45 yards, 46 yards. Or you run some kind of gadget play here and maybe get in the end zone.
And, I mean, look, Seth Wilson's got a pretty solid arm, better than what we've seen from most West Lincoln running backs in the quarterbacks in the past. So I could see him get a long ball down. It just depends on if West Lincoln's line could pass block long enough.
And if a receiver can get up underneath it and make something happen with it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because we do have a lot of players going two-way for Lincolnton. Going to turn, hand off to the fullback off the right side, little guard trap, and that's going to be enough to send us to halftime. On the First Federal State-based scoreboard, Lincolnton 14, West Lincoln 12. That's the end of the first half. We'll be back in a moment with the halftime show. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig coming to you live from West Lincoln High School.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football team on Friday nights, our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sunday. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Just a filler up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with Fill Up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton. No matter where you live, RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company. 1404 East Main Street in Lincolnton. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say filler up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincolnton.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties, Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tiger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dick Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. It's how it's been for our first 100 years. How it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto insurance agency, East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDM. Oh, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements.
Your coyote dealer is West End Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
And welcome back, folks. You're listening to KTC Broadcasting, WLON, and on YouTube online. Welcome in, folks, to the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep and Dodge halftime show. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig coming to you live from West Lincoln tonight. We're currently, Lincolnton holds to a 2-point lead, 14-12 over the West Lincoln Rebels. Quickly, let's just go and visit some local scores around the area. The What's Up Shopper local scores. We have Bessemer City, 16-0 over Pine Lake Prep. Also in the area, we have East Lincoln 7, Bandy 0. Hickory 10, West Caldwell 7. South Point 41, East Rutherford 0. Hunter Huss 14, Crest 10. Also scrolling through, Hunter, let's see, had a burn score.
I believe that was 13-0 Forest View.
Yep, 14-0 Forest View. Union Academy 7, Cherryville 0. Maiden 14, North Lincoln 0. And that pretty much rounds out all the local scores that I have up here tonight. Kings Mountain 14, Ashbrook 7. And as we said here on the First Federal Save and Bank scoreboard, Lincoln 14, West Lincoln 12. Just going to quickly highlight what's happened here in the first quarter, or first half, need you say. Lincoln got on the board early, held a 7-point lead, and West Lincoln kind of came back, scored, was unable to get the 2-point conversion, so Lincoln held on to a 7-6 lead. And then it transitioned over with another touchdown by the West Lincoln Rebels from Xander Pendergrass as the Rebels went ahead 12 to 7. And then just recently right here toward the end of the first half, Lincoln took the lead back over 14-12 as we sit currently. We're going to come back here in a moment after a break with the LincolnCounty.com halftime stats. Smoke's going to feed you some stat lines from both the Wolves and the Rebels. And then we'll take a quick look and discuss something about our Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch and maybe some keys to the second half for both of these teams. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6 inches for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice is $3.50. The sub of the day from Subway in Boise and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for oil and winter with a fill up from Rhodes and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill-up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from RHODES and BEAL Oil Company in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle up my horse.
And welcome back to the Abernathy Jeep Dodge Chrysler halftime show. This is Philip Russ coming to you live with Smoke Ludwig from West Lincoln High School as the West Lincoln High Rebels take on the Lincolnton Wolves. First Federal 7-8 scoreboard sits right now at the half. Lincoln 14, West Lincoln 12. Well, let's go over now to the LincolnCounty.com halftime stats with Smoke. Smoke, what do you have so far for the half for the Lincoln Wolves?
Well, if you're a fan of passing, this isn't your game. We've only had a total of 9 passing attempts, and only 3 of those have been completions. So, not going to see an air raid offense. But so far tonight, let's see, rushing for West Lincolnton, Tyshawn Harris, who came in over 1,000 yards, has 10 carries for 56 yards. Not bad, not too shabby at all, 5.6 yards a carry. But Terrell McLean has really been getting it done just as good with 2 touchdowns. That's 10 carries for 50 yards, and that includes a sack that lost 10 yards. So, I mean, it could easily be 9 for 60, but with that sack, it's still counted in high school. That loses him 10 yards, but still 50 yards so far. That's the only 2 that have rushed the ball so far tonight. Terrell McLean passing is 2 for 7 for 50 yards. Just really been high on a lot of throws. But if he could connect on some of those throws, Philip, it could be a whole lot worse for West Lincoln in this scenario right now. Receiving, looking at the receivers, Skylar Evans has 1 catch for 40 yards, and Malcolm Durr has the other catch for 10 yards. So that's your receiving, and those are Lincolnton stats. They did get an interception earlier in the game. That's really the only notable defensive stat. But really the big standout defense for Lincolnton has been Noah Espindola. The senior has just caused havoc and was a big part of forcing that interception, caused pressure on Seth Willis. Now to West Lincoln on offense. Nikathan Fansuk has already had 17 carries in the first half for a total of 83 yards. The Bell Cows getting it done pretty darn good tonight, and easily, unless something happens in the second half, is easily going to eclipse the 100-yard mark tonight. Brendan Eichert, a little bit quiet for him, but he does have 29 yards on 6 carries. Seth Willis, 3 quarterback sneak for a total of 16 yards. Not too shabby there. We need to get that from our quarterback sneak. Xander Pendergrass has been the big shocker for tonight. He's gotten 2 carries for 46 yards, one of them being a 43-yard touchdown run. That he really turned the afterburners on that one. And Dylan Beam rounds out the rushing list with a carry for 2 yards. Passing the ball, Seth Willis, 1 for 2, 21 yards with an interception that happened in the first quarter. But that turnover did not lead to any points, so that's good for Willis. And the only catch came from, guess who, Xander Pendergrass for 21 yards. Penalties haven't really been that much of a problem for really any problem for West Lincoln, but penalties has stalled 1 or 2 Lincolnton drives in the first half. And, I mean, it could be a 2-score game at least if Lincolnton doesn't have those costly penalties, Philip.
Well, and to look at the second half coming out, West Lincoln has got to find a way to just build on that rushing attack that they've been so successful at in the first half. I think that the hot hand right now is Fansuk and Pendergrass. Find a way to mix them up, and Brandon Eichert is a guy that can get lost in the mix, and that's a good thing, and that's what you want to happen if you're the offensive coordinator. Let them forget about him. Let them, get complacent, not account for him on some plays. And then the next carry that he gets, we may see a 20, 30, 40-yard carry. That's the big key there. Lincolnton's come out tonight showing a strong defensive front, 5-2, walking down some safeties, putting 9, 10 in the box. When you do that, hey, you're cramming the inside the tackle box. Well, it's evident that West Lincoln knew that was going to happen coming in. They've been attacking the outside of the tackle box. We've not seen any of the plays. They do a lot of play action. Maybe they're saving that for the second half. They kind of got a little bit nervous, as I would. They had their 1 pass attempt there in the first quarter, and the quarterback felt immediate pressure through the A-gap. He gets, rushed by Espindola, and it forces up a turnover as he goes, interception in the air. So with that, definitely West Lincoln got to find a way to sustain some offensive production here in the first drive of the second half. I think it's going to be the most integral part of the ball game.
Well, yeah, and, West Lincoln really on every drive has moved the ball very well. That one drive where they had the turnover, they were already in Lincolnton territory. You look at the one drive right before the half, they just ran out of time in that scenario. I mean, they were already in the Lincolnton territory inside the 40. So West Lincoln's been able to move the ball very well tonight on the Lincolnton defense. It's just in one case they had a turnover, and in the other case they ran out of time. So unless Lincolnton makes some drastic changes, I mean, you know, people are listening and saying, well, don't put 9 or 10 in the box. But when you only have one wide receiver split out for West Lincoln, I mean, what do you do? You just gotta. That's why the cut blocks that West Lincoln has are so tough to defend, and you're seeing it tonight. We saw it when West Lincoln played North Lincoln, and I mean, it's been here from the beginning of time, from the 60s on to today. I mean, West Lincoln's gotten that recipe down pat.
But you know that recipe, and you know what Lincoln's going to do here. They're going to force you to throw it in the air and beat you. Mm-hmm. And they want to see the West Lincoln passing game, because if they can force West Lincoln to dip down in their passing plays and try to throw the ball, they've won. But West Lincoln's just being that, you know, stubborn, hard-nosed, offensive just punch, left, right with the running game. And Lincoln's like, if we can put 14, 15, 16 in the box, maybe we can slow down one of these guys. But, you know, they're doing a great job, I think, spreading out. Willis is getting his few carries as he drives straight ahead. Also think that, you know, the mixture of multi-backs. I mean, tonight's the first night I've called a game at West Lincoln that 7, 8 guys have carried the ball on the ground for the Rebels. It's usually just 3 targets. Now they got to really account for 7, 8 guys. And there's guys that are coming out of the woodwork like Pendergrass that's very small, but, man, they can fly down that field.
And you know, that's something you've never really seen from West Lincoln. Usually when you think of a West Lincoln backfield, you just think of a guy like a Mac George, who's currently the wingbacks coach here. Just a big, buffed-up guy that's going to run you over, and, boy, you better hang on. But now you got a scat back type and Xander Pendergrass, to where you can put him out in the flats and get some easy, kind of like what we saw the Carolina Panthers have been doing with Christian McCaffrey. You know, easy guy that you can check down to if you're passing and under pressure. Hey, Pendergrass got that 21-yard. I mean, that was a lot of yards after catch on that play that he got the 21 yards on the pass.
But, Smoke, let me tell you, the big key thing that I'm starting to see here outside this window pane in Vail is we're starting to have moisture fall from the sky. Precipitation affects games. And one thing I can tell you, I used to coach on the staff. I know Tom Sane very well. He will stress always, every year, in practice, the importance of keeping and protecting the football. I bet we don't see any turnovers. Real good keep of the football. They're going to maintain possessions. Now, on the other hand, coaching against Lincoln, knowing what Lincoln does with the ball, you cannot do that juke and jive and carry that ball and hold that bread out there open, because usually when moisture gets on the ball, with the rain that's falling here right now, it's just enough to make that ball slick, and we could see some tides turn here and a lot of turnovers here in the second half.
Well, and Philip, they've also been in the spread throughout the whole first half, and a good bit of those snaps are pretty low that McLean had to go lean over to get, so he wouldn't get it past them. So, I mean, if they stay in that spread formation, which it's very possible they do, they could have a low snap or two that just rattles off the ground, and he has to go fall on the ball, and that results in the negative play.
And he's not a very strong passer, we've seen. We've said, it looks like a shuttle pass straight ahead more than being any type of real actual pass.
Right.
So
it's like
that could be a big thing.
Yeah, and we've seen him. West Lincoln is hoping that Lincolnton throws the ball, which if you're thinking a year ago, that's the last thing West Lincoln wanted to see, and now they want to see them pass the ball, because McLean doesn't have the arm strength, and his throwing motion is a little awkward.
Well, folks, we're showing 40 seconds. Teams are starting to come out and stretch loosely. West Lincoln's starting to make their way to the sideline. We're going to take a quick break. This is going to end the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep and Dodge halftime show. You're listening to us live on YouTube and WLON. This is KTC Broadcasting, Rhode Island Auto Mall Broadcast. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig coming to you live from West Lincoln. We'll be back with the start of the second half.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank. Member FDIC. Community minded just like you.
Carolina Bank with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At 6 Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com, learn more, or stop by our Lincolnton Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. You're invited to drop by and see a brand new big showroom. Now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? A female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Drew, the new city just makes me miss home, man. Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like Mom's. But I miss home. Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or
close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn the lights off,
All
Ryan.
right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
And welcome back, folks, to Vail, North Carolina. Here, coming to you live, Philip Russ, Evan Smoke Ludwig on the call. Lincolnton holding a 2-point lead over the Rebels here, 14-12. Smoke, what do you think the Rebels need to do to come out here and sustain something to start this second half?
They need to get a long 5, 6, 7-minute drive to start the second half. Just basically beat the will out of Lincolnton on defense and then score a touchdown. That's what they're going to have to do here. If they don't score a touchdown here on this game, I think they might lose the game because they're going to, I don't know if their defense can hold Lincolnton. It's just Lincolnton's shooting themselves in the foot right now on offense on some drives.
And what do you think about Lincolnton? What do they need to do here to sustain maybe their lead? I mean, granted, it's a 2-point lead at the moment. What do they need to sustain it?
Well, I mean, with this rain coming in here, you might want to go to that big ball offense. You know, because West Lincoln hasn't seen it all. That'll throw West Lincoln off guard. West Lincoln's been expecting the spread for a week now. And, I mean, Coach Sain said before the game, yeah, we've been preparing for all three offenses, but we've mostly been preparing for a spread because that's what we believe they're going to run. So, I mean, using that big ball offense, it'd be interesting to see what Lincolnton could do, burn off some clock.
And the opening kickoff to the second half is in the air, and it's deep. Received by Pendergrass from the 13 as he gets up the left-hand side, get across the 25, down tackled at about the 29, maybe 28. It's going to be spotted sharply at the 29-yard line. Good return there, taking it, across the whole field. Pendergrass able to make a decent return there for the Rebels.
Yeah, actually going to be spotted at the 30-yard line, so an extra yard given there to the Rebels. It's a pretty solid field position to start things off here in the second half. Let's see what West Lincoln can do now. And remember, folks, it is a little bit, looks like some rain is coming down, not heavy, but.
A lot of umbrellas opening up in the stands. West Lincoln breaks the huddle, going to go to a Twins look. Going to turn, hand off to the fullback. He's going to be met at the line, get across the 30, maybe to the 32 before he is stopped. So a gain of a solid 2 yards there by Nikithian Fansuk, who is closely edging his way towards the century mark tonight.
Yeah, he's currently at 85 yards now, so only 15 more yards to go. But You know, I think it's a smart job by West Lincoln not to go straight to an outside pitch, because then Lincolnton will try to adjust. But just try to go up the gut maybe for the first 2 plays and then try something different. Hopefully you get to a third and intermediate scenario.
And another thing to take into concept here is Lincolnton is playing a lot of their skill game changers on defense and offense. As they opt to go to a sweep to the right, you just said it, they probably shouldn't go to an outside running play, as Brendan Eichert is going to be tackled down for probably a loss. They're going to show him getting back to the line of scrimmage. But that was no good, as they were able to set the edge and wait on Eichert as he got to the tackle box.
Yeah, they've really held Eichert in check. Only one run above 10 yards. That came late in the first half. So now this is the first time we've really seen West Lincoln in a 3rd and long scenario. So you're expecting pass here for Lincolnton, and you got some skill players at the defensive back position could possibly get an interception here if Seth Willis isn't careful.
So 3rd down and 8 here, middle of the field. So they got options left and right. They're going to go to the slot left, and they're going to motion a back across the formation. Turn, snap, going to pull it out of the fullback's hands, a little speed option, and the quarterback's going to be pulled down from behind for a loss there. Huge tackle made by number 33, Noah Espandola. We've been calling his name a lot tonight for the defense.
Yeah, and that was a read option play there, and just Willis waited too long to get it out of the gut of Fansuk. I mean, you're eventually going to have to make a move, and by the time he got it out, the defenders were already trying to hit on Fansuk, and they were quick to get to Seth Willis. So not to drive, West Lincoln needed to start the second half.
No, and back deep to receive this punt is going to be number 3, Harris, and number 5, Hollis, but there's going to be too many men on the field, and the flag is going to be thrown. So there is going to be,
and the penalty is going to be on the
penalty is going to be against the Wolves. So maybe something can be talked about on the Rebel sideline, as that's a decent gain.
Yeah, I am Beal, but it's still like 4th and 7, 4th and 8.
Maybe hard count. See if you can get you another free 5, and then maybe make it very manageable. Yeah. Don't want to punt to either one of these guys back deep, returning for the Wolves.
But you do want to get a solid punt, too. You don't want to shank it.
Ball's kicked up. It's a knuckle ball, and it's going to be received at the 41, and he's going to be down at the 44. Huge special teams play made by number 2, Gabe Brown, as he was able to get there, get on time, and take Hollis to the ground.
That was actually Pendergrass there, and, you know, Hollis had a tough time. He was bobbled he bobbled the punt return there a little bit, so that was another problem. So, you know, West Lincoln avoided something big there, but now they got to get on defense and get a stop here.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, right hash from the 44. Lincoln going to break the huddle. Let's see what formation they decide to go to here with the rain falling in Vail. He's going to opt to go trips right, slot left, halfback to the left of the quarterback. Barks his calls, turns, going to quarterback keep, and he's immediately smacked in the backfield. Looks like there's 2 defenders there, number 15, Kanan Bridges, and number 77, Brock Steele there just to stick him right in the mouth. Either way, he hands off the halfback, tackle for a loss. He keeps it, tackle for a loss. They were there on the snap, on time. Great play by the Rebel defense.
And an official timeout here, but I saw Harris look like he was going for the ball on the snap, and as McLean is actually down.
Not a good sign as he's holding his left leg.
No,
we're going to take a quick 30-second here as they try to work that out. We're going to see if we can get some word or some viewpoint up here about what's going on with the quarterback from Lincolnton. We'll be back in just a moment.
The reduced inventory pricing event. It's underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry it out for extra special savings like the 2016 and 17 Buick Encore. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP, up to $8,000 off MSRP on the 2017 GMC Terrain, and up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2016 GMC Sierra. Come on in for all the details. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
And welcome back here in Vail as the quarterback. Good sign there as McLean's able to walk off on his own power. A little feeble as he walks off with a slight limp in his leg, but able to go off on his own power is a good sign here.
Yeah, but here's the problem. He's going to be off for at least one play. It's 2nd down and 12. It's raining a little bit. Now you're going to have Tyreek Hollis most likely at quarterback. I mean,
definitely going to probably be a Wildcat type set. Either he's going to give a direct handoff or maybe some type of quarterback keep sweep to the left or right. You know, they're going to go from shotgun here, going to go trips bunch left. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to snap it, and they're going to run left. That's what it is. He's going to take the snap, go to his left, and a quarterback sweep. he's going to get out there in space and be able to get 6 yards on the carry as he's tackled out of bounds.
That was actually close to a
well, he looked like he dove close to the down marker, but the spot is only going to give him maybe 6 yards.
It looks more like 7 here, or 7 or 8. So, I mean, that's Hollis's first carry of the game.
Yep, so the ball's going to be placed on the left hash on the 49-yard line. 9 minutes and a second on the first Federal Save Bank scoreboard. Lincoln holding to a 2-point lead, 14-12 over the Rebels as they're driving here in the third quarter.
And Hollis does provide more speed than McLean here. As looks like some confusion on the play for Skylar Evans as he's looking over to the Lincolnton sideline. Actually, a player.
Oh, he was not set. That's got to be a flag. Receiver never got set up top, but they didn't call it. And number 3 is going to get to the edge. Number 3 being Tyshawn Harris. Harris is going to go off the left-hand side. Smoke right there. Wonder why they didn't throw the flag. The receiver ran on and never got set.
It's
still
an obvious
moving.
call to make there, Phil, but I just don't know what that side judge is thinking. Now we got a late flag coming out from
That's
the
going to be on Lincoln. Some mouthing, some jeering going on. Late flag.
Now they finally call it. I don't know what
shift, yeah.
I don't know why it took them so long, Phil, to call it, and it came from the head ref. It didn't come from the side judge.
I don't know what the side judge was looking at there. The receiver never came set. He just ran on the field. Ball snapped, and he just went straight into his route.
Now that side judge is lucky that, well, and I guess maybe the Lincolnton. Now there's a discussion between the quarterback, some of the speedsters for Lincolnton and Coach Givens, but I mean. I was going to say, if that side judge is lucky he's not on West Lincoln sideline.
If he was, he'd probably get an earful.
Oh, yeah.
And some. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8. It was 3rd and manageable. Now it's 3rd and long for the Wolves here. As we said, you got to keep in mind that the moisture that's falling out of the sky is landing on that football, and that football is going to be hard to throw with the quarterback, McLean, that's already had a struggle all game throwing the football.
And now Hollis is in at quarterback.
Hollis back to pass, looking, and he immediately gets smacked. Throws the ball. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be fell on by a lineman.
That's going to be intentional grounding there. Yeah, they're calling it incomplete. I don't know what Hollis was thinking. Just take the sack. You already saw Seth Willis earlier in the game been brought down for a sack, and he threw an interception.
So there, do you take it from the spot at which he threw the pass and marked the penalty off? Because he was going to be sacked for a significant loss there.
Yeah, he was already at a loss for 12.
So now I guess they're going to, based on the mark and the way they're holding that spot,
intentional
they're going to take it from the spot. So intentional grounding from the spot is going to put the ball 4th and sheesh.
4th and a Vail mile.
Yeah, Vail mile. Shoot, I would say that they could probably march off this yardage and get back to Lincoln High School and be able to take their stuff off.
Yeah, I mean, this is big here because Terrell McLean being out, if Terrell McLean didn't get hurt on that first down play, this wouldn't have happened.
That's huge. And then think, this punter has got his feet in right near the 15, so he kicks it. If he doesn't get a straight boot on it, we can see a good return here and great starting position for the Rebel offense. Ball's going to be picked up and dropped and picked up again by the quarterback, Willis, as he's going to be tackled down at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, 38-yard line. That's a mistake there by Eicher. Just let that ball roll down. I don't care if it goes another 10 yards. You risked having
Hold on, we're showing that they're trying to say it's Lincoln. Ball must have pulled it out of the quarterback's hands. There is discussion. Let's see what happens here. Lincoln says they have it. West Lincoln has the offense on the field pending the call.
Hang on, this could be a game-changing call.
Lincoln players are just charging at the officials, and the ball guy that carries the ball off the field, he's practically in the official huddle there. Here's the discussion. It's going to be 1st and 10 Rebels.
A big break there for West Lincoln. And that was a big mistake there by Brendan Eicher. Don't return that punt. I mean, you almost gave the whole West Lincoln fan base a heart attack there trying to return that. You better be glad that your quarterback was
just heady and able to see the ball and be able to pick it up off the ground. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Rebels from the 36. It could have been 1st and 10 Wolves from the 36.
Yeah,
there.
It could have very well been. So close call there for the Rebels.
And Coach Gibson has given the white hat and the side judge an earful. He thought that his Wolves came up with it there. West Lincoln's showing a heavy bunch, all the strength to the left. Quick pitch out to the left. Eicher's going to be met immediately at the line of scrimmage and smacked down by Harris.
And a late flag.
But Harris turned and said something to the West Lincoln sideline as soon as he made the tackle.
And I think this has to stem from that last play on the punt I mean, that's probably some frustration there from Harrison. It's easily on Lincolnton as Malcolm Durr is not happy about this call.
Was either going to be some taunting or unsportsmanlike. Yeah, personal foul is going to be against the Wolves, and they're going to be personal foul against the Rebels, offsetting second down. So they're going to call personal foul against both of them.
Yeah, so, you know, it's starting to get real chippy here.
Looking at the Lincolnton sideline, Terrell McLean's actually still trying to nurse a leg injury as he's jogging up and down the sideline. He's off to himself, by himself, stretching, trying to get away from everybody. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he does look like in a lot of pain, and that could be big for what happens later on in tonight's game. But it's starting to really get chippy here between these two teams.
So there'll be handoff to the fullback straight ahead, the bread and butter for West Lincoln as it falls ahead forward to make it somewhat third and manageable for the Rebels.
So gain of about 3-4 Fansuk.
You expect a little chippy play, a little mouth, a little stuff extra here in a game like this, especially with the score as is.
And unlike the last you know, for the first time in a long time, this has been a pretty close ball game here in the second half. Usually it's been a blowout for Lincolnton these last 10, 12 years. And I mean, West Lincoln knows they got a real opportunity to win this game.
And you know they're hungry. They want this one. They're just out here trying to grind for every little inch they can get. Willis under center going to turn, hand it off, sweep student body to the left. He gets to the edge, but a late piece of laundry falls on the turf. Going to probably be holding against the Rebels.
That would have been a first down there for Eichert, a gain of about 8. But
we're probably going to see it now be third and probably 15 for the Rebels.
Yeah, and this could be
going to call holding.
A crucial holding call, and you know, it doesn't help that West Lincoln's a run team and they don't have that much of a passing game. So now you're going to have to try to pass it on third down unless you just want to go completely conservative here on this play.
So going to be, well, instead of being third and 15, it's actually going to be a little bit more easier to come by. It's going to be third and 12 for the Rebels. Ball going to be spotted on the 35-yard line on the left hash. So let's see what play call the Rebels decide to go here. If it is two-down territory, you would expect some kind of middle-range run play. So Willis under center, barks the calls, turns, does a little Statue of Liberty or something, and it's, oh, man, Harris there. Know that, must have saw that on film. He just stayed at home, waited on it, and just dove at Fansuk's ankles, puts him down, and it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Rebels.
I mean, they ran that play last week against Newton Conover. So Harris, nice job sniffing out, stayed in position, waiting for Fansuk to get there, and then had a nice low hit on him to stop him from getting out. I mean, if it wasn't for Harris, that would have been a first down, if not more.
So now they're going to just put one man back deep. It's going to be Hollis. We are seeing a little bit better movement backside.
Now flag.
Yeah.
It was a good punt there, but it's going to be ruled dead. Let's see what the flag is. False start against West Lincoln.
False start against the Rebels.
So we're starting to see McLean on the sidelines. He's starting to run more. It's looking like the limp is kind of going away a little bit, Philip, so that could be big for
Lincoln. He's sprinting now up and down the sideline and looking a lot more healthier.
Yeah.
So maybe he goes back out at quarterback in the next series.
But we do know he's probably not 100% now.
Probably don't expect those quarterback runs to come here in the later half of the third quarter.
And just think, only one pass that McLean has had has been staying in the pocket. The others have been boots. So, I mean, who knows if he's going to be as fast now getting outside the pocket.
So Lincoln looking like they're going to come for the block. Here's the snap. The kick is a low bouncer. That's actually going to be beneficial for the Rebels as it rolls down to the 28-yard line right on the edge of the sideline, going to be picked up. So what most people would think would be a bad punt, that's exactly what you hope happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Hollis can't return that.
It's just a nice job. You went from a straight-up punt the last time, and I bet one of the coaches for West Lincoln got in the punter's ear and say, hey, do a rugby-style punt, and it helps. It actually helped, and now you're pinning Lincolnton back a little bit more deeper than you initially
Yeah, because,
hoped.
I mean, if he picks it up, he's bringing the ball at least across the 40. Now he's got it 1st and 10 from the darn 28-yard line. I mean, that's big enough to make a big difference here in this drive for Lincoln.
Let's see here if
so Lincoln is going to break the huddle.
They're
Under center is going to still be Hollis. They're going to go to the old Tarboro T, turn and go to the right, and it's going to be tackled down after a gain of about a half a yard.
It's not Sky. It's actually Skylar Evans in at quarterback here, not Tyreek Hollis. I think they want to use him maybe on some run plays, but Skylar Evans is the first time I've seen him at quarterback this year for Lincolnton. So, I mean, you know, McLean's still not ready to get out onto the field yet.
Just another kid you had to put the 3 letters by, ATH, an athlete. Any guy that can just rotate through your formation to help you out wherever you need it. They're going to go again with the T formation. Double tight set. It's going to be turn. Going to be a quick instant pitch over to number.
That's Hollis there.
Yeah, right to Hollis. But the thing is, what they don't realize, this offense is good if you have big backs. But when you have those fast, nifty guys that can get out in space and dart and move, you're not getting them any start and run. So
Right,
they're not getting full speed. They're having to dart, and little guys don't like running behind blockers.
Well, and
they want to be behind space.
Philip, they've really used this offense when they had Darian Roseboro, and I mean, Darian Roseboro is a freak of nature. Now, I mean, no offense to Hollis, Harris, and all them guys, but they're extremely small. They look like middle schoolers next to Darian Roseboro. Now they're
a little formation adjustment here. They were in the T. They now bump out slot left and right, looking to pass to the tight end, number 4. Intercepted by Xander Pendergrass. He's going to come up with it, and it's going to be 1st and 10, West Lincoln from the 34. What a heady play by number 3, Xander Pendergrass there. A huge night for the sophomore. Score a touchdown against a rival. Come up big with an interception. What do you think, Smoke?
I mean, you already have the backup quarterback. The starting quarterback doesn't have the best arm. Skylar Evans looks like he was throwing in slow motion there, just trying to get a lob pass to Pearson, and it tipped off of his hands and then got right into Xander Pendergrass' hand. Pendergrass is making a name for himself tonight, Phil.
Definitely a guy that they're going to look to in the future. I mean, a bright future for that young man. West Lincoln now back in a great situation as it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Left hash. Turn, quick rollout, looking to pass. Going to have a wheel feeling pressure. Willis is going to immediately feel pressure, but able to run, get across the 35 and tackled late out of bounds.
Flag, just a dumb penalty there by
Lincolnton. What a costly penalty by the Wolves as they continue to make the tackle and throw him into the fence there. So you're going to have the run plus some.
I mean, that's just inexcusable there if you're Lincolnton. You had that happen late in the first half, and luckily it didn't hurt you. But now you do it again, and this could possibly lead to a touchdown. You just can't be doing that if you're Lincolnton.
Right, so a 4-yard gain and then the big penalty right here. That's going to be huge right here. I mean, that's yardage you don't have to get.
15 yards, Philip. 15 yards. You can't be affording this in a close game like this. And that was number 55, Mauricio Lozano. I mean, he's a senior. You can't be doing that.
Senior that makes a big play to help his team early in the ball game. That's the guy that had the interception from Willis. There takes out some frustration as he finishes the tackle. He should have just let him loose, and it's going to cost the Wolves 15 yards there.
And a nice job by Seth Willis. He was looking for that wheel route for Pendergrass, but nothing was there. He was under pressure, somehow escaped the defense and was able to get 4 yards. And luckily for him, he was able to get 15 yards because of a dumb penalty.
So now the Rebels are inside deep in the red zone. Got the shadow of the goalpost now going to be resting right on the backs of the Wolves as it's 1st and 10 from the 14 for the Rebels. They're going to come out in what looks to be like a Twins type set. Going to turn, pitch to the fullback. Got everybody on the edge. He's going to get across the 15. Diving at least maybe to the 13 or 12. We'll see the spot here in a moment.
Looks like it's going to be more at the 12-yard line, Philip.
I mean, right there, you know, one thing about West Lincoln, they will pull the house, get to the edge, and when they get to the edge, they'll just crush them. Right there, Lincoln is doing everything they can, putting everybody in the box to do what they can to try to make a stop. So it's going to be 2nd down. I mean, that's a fairly decent gain on 1st and 10.
I think more 4, not 3.
Yeah, so 2nd down and 6 probably, a long 6.
A hard count almost worked there.
So West Lincoln's going to have a slot left. They're in their typical formation. Willis barks the call, turns, sticks it in Eichert's gut. He's off the right edge. He's got space. He goes across the 10 to the 9, the 8, and gets tackled down. Another hard gain, and there we go. We're starting to see Eichert finally get some carries that count here. He's finally to be able to push the yardage and push ahead. So 3rd and extremely manageable for the Rebels.
And, you know, you're in 4-down territory here, Russ. I don't care if you if you don't get the 1st down here, you got to go for it in this scenario.
That's right. So here we go. First big play of the ballgame for the Rebels right here. Hard count. He's probably going to check with the coordinator, and he does.
Still got 9 seconds left on the play clock.
Check's probably going to stick with the same play. Here's the snap. Turns, hands off to the fullback. Quarterback's actually just going to keep it, go to the left A gap as he dives ahead for maybe just a few yards, but it could be enough for an Eddie Ottapart 1st down.
I think he's going to get it here. Yep, he is.
Yep, Eddie Ottapart 1st down by Seth Willis as he dives ahead. It was like a fake midline, but usually the midline follows the fullback. That time he opted to go opposite A gap and get enough for the 1st down. So 1st and goal from the 5. Rebels here making the Wolves sweat a little bit right now.
Yeah, and I like that play call, faking it to the fullback and just taking it up the middle if you're the Seth Willis. Now you got 4 plays to just get 5 yards, and with the way West Lincoln's been running the ball tonight, they could easily get that in one
That's
play.
right. So here we go. Willis under center, turns, hands off to Fanzook, who gets up in the gap, deep, and guess what, folks? Touchdown, West Lincoln. So another lead change here with 3:04 left on the First Federal Save Make scoreboard. West Lincoln will now surge ahead with a decent little lead pending the PAT.
And we got an injured Wolf on the play. Looks to be one of the defensive linemen as Cannon comes off here at West Lincoln.
So as it sits right now, pending the PAT, West Lincoln 18, Lincoln 14 on the First Federal Save Make scoreboard. Folks, if you chose to stay in because of the threat of a little rain, you're missing a great Lincoln County showdown here in Vail tonight.
I can't tell who the Lincolnton player is hurt right now. They're lurking on his leg. I mean, he's been out for that player's probably been on the field for a lot of plays, probably a lot of offensive plays too. So I mean, it's pretty hard to play. And, you know, it's a little hotter, Philip, than it has been in most Octobers.
That's right. So we've got a little bit of cramping. Player's already on his feet, being worked with by the athletic training staff, getting something to drink. Looks like it's going to be number 55. We've already called his name several times, Mauricio Lozano. He is the holder of an interception tonight for the Lincoln defense. And he also had that costly penalty to help get this drive to pay dirt for the Rebels. So the Rebels having plenty of time to calm down, take a deep breath, figure a 2-point play here to maybe make this game 20-14. As you know, we've said in several broadcasts before, West Lincoln does not have a very stable kicker for PAT, so they opt to go for the 2-point conversion to try to just, you know, get some type of points from this play.
And they did last year, but unfortunately for West Lincoln, Rocky Renteria graduated.
So flat across the formation, turn, quick pitch left. This time gets enough, dives ahead barely, and it's going to be good for a 2-point conversion. They're going to say you got the nose across. I would say is probably an eyelash that crossed the goal line with the football, just barely enough to make it 20-14 West Lincoln favor. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Ram Power Days. They're underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Get $1,000 Power Day bonus cash on select 2017 models. Now get up to $11,971 in total value on the new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models. Or get 0% APR for 72 months on the new Ram 2017 1500 models. Come in now for all the details and save big during Ram Power Days. Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Oklahoma City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
All right, we're back here in Vail. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, West Lincoln 20, Lincoln 14. The line drive kick by Thomas is going to be caught by number 5, Tyreek Hollis. They actually moved that time their skill guys up to second level to return the pooch, but they tried to kick it over top of the pooch kick over the second level guys because they realized they bumped them up, but it was able to be recepted by Hollis. He gets up to the 41, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41.
And I don't see Terrell McLean out on the field. So, look, if you're Lincoln – actually, Terrell McLean is out on the field, so that's big for Lincolnton to get him back onto the field running your offense. And they're going to go back to the shotgun formation, but I don't think McLean isn't 100%.
Right. We know he's dinged up, probably not going to be on the ground with it.
Looks like a handoff to Harris, but he's stuffed in the backfield here, right at the line of scrimmage.
So a subtle gain of about 1 makes it 2nd down and 9.
Look, they've done so far, Philip, they've done a really good – West Lincoln's done a really good job of really keeping Harris in check. I mean,
big boys up front from West Lincoln, you know, they don't even look tired right now. They're really grinding out and pounding out this offensive line and stymieing that running game, trying to force Lincoln into throw because they know they can't throw.
Especially with McLean not being as agile now.
So McLean back in shotgun, turn, looks to throw, has an awkward pass, but it's going to be recepted in just a diving formation by Hollis. I'm going to tell you, the coaches next door, right beside the booth where we're at, are furious because there were 3 guys open on the bottom side of that formation, and he opted to go top side to the solo man, Hollis. And unfortunately, we know that McLean can't throw it. I guess the coaches have seen something we haven't, because that pass that he threw right there, I'm telling you, he's pushing it. He's not throwing it.
Yeah, it's not a good throwing motion. It's not like as smooth or as Reed McCrory's as we saw at North Lincoln. So 3rd and 5. Here's a snap. Handoff going to Harris. Harris is going to go outside, get across the 50, 45-40, and going to run out of bounds at the 47. Let's see, that's 37-yard line. So another 80-yard apart first down for the Wolves. Going to be 1st and 10, right hash from the 37. It's a gain of about 13 on the play there for Harris. You know, when he gets on that outside edge, it's pretty hard to stop a guy like Tyshawn Harris.
So 1st and 10, right hash, 37-yard line. Lincolnton threatening the Rebel defense. As long as they just stay on the ground and keep giving Harris the ball. You know, the last time they were in this position, they threw an interception to Xander Pendergrass. So bunch right, going to turn, look to pass, throws over the middle to number 4. He's wide open. Defender fell down. He's across the 10, tackled down at the 6 by number 12, Jesse Hatcher.
And finally, McLean hits on a throw there to Pearson. So
it was Sincere.
Sincere Pearson. So, I mean, he finally got a good throw. That's the best throw he's had tonight, and it's a gain of 30 on the play.
So 1st and goal for the Wolves here with 1:26 in the 3rd quarter on the First Federal State Bank scoreboard. West Lincoln leading 20-14 over the Wolves, but the Wolves threatening here on the drive to go back ahead. Going to go trips right, slot left tight, halfback to his right, going to turn, stick it in the gut of Harris. Harris going to be met immediately, tackle down to the ground. Ball's going to be spotted at the 6 right here. So here we go, 2nd and 6, 2nd and goal for the Wolves.
And here for West Lincoln, just trying to hold. Hopefully that you're hoping that they try to run it up the gut every single time. But,
exactly.
I mean, maybe try to do a read option here. I know McLean isn't 100%, but try to make it seem like he's going to run it here.
So here we go, 40 seconds ticking. Back to pass is McLean. McLean looking for Hollis. Hollis is bottled up with a great defensive play and no PI there.
Yeah, that should have been a PI.
He did everything but become a jacket for that receiver because he was all over him and keeping him warm in the cold night.
Hey, but, you know, that's what you want if you're West Lincoln. You just don't want to give up a touchdown. You can take a PI call. I know it moves you right up to about the 1-yard line, but you'd rather want to give your defense a shot for you don't want to give up a touchdown in this scenario.
Exactly. No touchdowns here would be extremely beneficial for the Rebels. To let them just try for a 3 is a lot better than giving up the easy 6.
Well, now it's going to be 3rd down as they haven't
changed.
3rd
and 6.
Yes, but
so here it is, 3rd and 6, trips right. Slot's going to be extremely tight, trying to pull that corner in and give him the corner. Back to pass to McLean, sprinting to the trip side. Ball in the air, up, received, and in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Malcolm Durr. Ball was just thrown up on a simple fade route. Receiver was able to get up, catch the ball, and come down with it for another Silver Point home touchdown as the Lincoln Wolves now tie it up, pending the PAT. So as the score sits right now, West Lincoln 20, Lincoln 20, pending the PAT attempt by Cedeno.
And Cedeno doesn't have the best leg, and they've almost had both of their PA attempts blocked so far. So this could easily be blocked. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. It's blocked, and we're going to have a tie ball game.
Huge. That's a huge special teams play. The block's going to be made, what was that, by number 21?
Yeah, Tyler Cunningham, one of the 2 seniors that are starting that starts on defense. So the senior comes up with a major play, and I mean, we haven't mentioned special teams, Philip, but that's big there.
That is a huge play. Tremendous effort by the Rebels to come up big with a special teams play. We're just going to stay here. Got a 32 seconds left on the First Federal State Bank scoreboard before we make it to the 4th quarter, and that's a huge play by the Rebels.
Yeah, and, you know, it gives you some momentum. You give up a touchdown, that's bad, but then you keep it tied because you block a PAT. And look, the protection on the PATs tonight for Lincolnton have not been that well. They've been lucky to get 2 across the uprights.
That's right.
Because the blocking, they can't hold them down for 3 seconds. And this time, Tyler Cunningham got through the blockers and got there just in time to block it.
Great job. So here, West Lincoln's going to get the ball here. I think momentum was staying in the middle of the field. Now it's heading back towards the West Lincoln sideline.
Let's see what they can get here on this kickoff return, especially if it gets into the hands of Pendergrass.
So here we go. Kickoff by Cedeno is going to be kicked up in the air. Deep back, going to be received by Pendergrass, who catches it on the run at the 15-20. Up to the 25 where he makes contact. Breaks contact, breaks back to the edge as he's finally tackled down at the 21-yard line. So he almost was able to break free and get a seam and get up there on the sideline there.
Him trying to get those extra yards actually cost him about 2 or 3 yards. I think it would have gotten to about the 24, but he tried to make something out of nothing. That's just a young mistake there by a sophomore guy. But, I mean, you can definitely tell he has the talent to be a player that can make a play happen on any sort of play.
Big play there. So here we go, 1st and 10. From the 21 right hash for the Rebels.
Probably going to run only one play here before the start of the 4th quarter.
West Lincoln out of the huddle. Here's the snap, turn, hand off to Fansuk. He's going to get straight ahead and gain. Actually, thought he had the ball, but he doesn't.
He does. He's got it.
Okay, they were tackling the wrong man there. They were actually tackling looks like number 2. Or number 7, they tried to tackle number 7, Dylan Beam, thinking he had the ball. And that's going to be it, folks. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here. First Federal Save and Make Scoreboard, West Lincoln 20, Lincoln 20. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here in Vail.
The reduced inventory pricing event. It's underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry it out for extra special savings like the 2016 and 17 Buick Encore. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP. Up to $8,000 off MSRP on the 2017 GMC Terrain. And up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2016 GMC Sierra. Come on in for all the details. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. Hey, DKS Macon. Yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on out at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is it serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West in Sales, Highway 1827 intersection, Vail.
You don't pull a mask on the old long range.
So here we go, folks. Welcome back to Vail. Start of the 4th quarter. I bet nobody guessed this one. Technically, you could say it's a 0-0 ball game here, but it's actually West Lincoln 20, Lincoln 20 on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. This is Philip Russ live with Smoke Ludwig coming to you live from Vail at West Lincoln. Rebels have the ball driving, going to be 2nd down and 8. Here's the snap, stuck in the fullback's gut, pulled out, quick pitch to the outside to Eichert. Eichert's going to break through a couple tackles and get down to the 28, 29-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just another play like we saw earlier where Willis held on to that read option too long, but nice little added element there of the pitch to get Eichert outside where he had some room and gained 6.
So 3rd and 2 here for the Rebels, a manageable 2. Definitely going to go right here with the quarterback sneak. He's going to fight out the left side, go B gap, maybe roll to a C gap, get far ahead as the quarterback, one of the most heady type players for the West Lincoln offense as he falls forward for another Eddie Auto Part 1st down.
A gain of about 7 there on the play, Phillip. And it's weird seeing these quarterback sneak go for about 5, 6, 7 yards, but, I mean, he actually had to really earn that one because he got met at the line of scrimmage and just powered his way through that first line of defense.
So here we go, typical formation. Quarterback barks a hard call, and that's going to be enough to sucker that defensive line who's starting to fatigue. And yet again, we're going to see a defensive lineman jump over the line, and we are going to have a free 5 yards. So 1st and 5 instead of 1st and 10.
Well, and, you know, they've been doing that hard count all night long, but it's the 4th quarter. This defense of Lincolnton is tired, especially that front four. He's just been hit right in the mouth every play.
So Willis going to turn, hand off to Fanzook, who's going to go off the edge. Bumble, stumble, maybe gain of about 2 or 3 there. Like they said on the Water Boy, you know, at 4th quarter, 20-20 ball game. Can't hold anything back now.
Yeah, and unfortunately there, Fansook kind of stumbled there right as he crowd across the line of scrimmage. Able to gain 2, but, luckily it's second down and
3 because the penalty helps you out there, and it's second and very manageable. Motor motion across the formation, turn, handoff to the fullback, who's down the hill. Runner is going to carry him across to the 49-yard line, and it's going to be another Eddie Autopart first down. Huge carry there by Fansook. He is getting the carries when it counts the most and able to lodge ahead and get the first down. So 1st and 10 from now, looks like the 50 where the nose is sitting. Willis snaps, takes the quarterback sneak up the middle, falls ahead for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, it's interesting, they're not wasting much time, I would think, if you're trying to burn as much clock as you want here if you're West Lincoln.
Well, you know that if you score here, get the 2-point conversion, you're going to force Lincoln's hand and put a tremendous amount of pressure. So the key thing here is to know that you've got to sustain a drive, come away with points, but have that 2-point play in the back of your mind of what you want to do, because it's going to be very, very important later on. West Lincoln Twins right. They're going to show pressure off. It's going to be dive off the right side by Fanzook, and he's going to be up to the 45-yard line is the spot there. They brought immediate pressure right where the ball was going on a blitz, but it was not timely enough to get there to make a stop for a loss as West Lincoln continues to gain yards. 3rd and 5 on the right hash.
Big play coming up here, Phillip, and I think if you don't get it here, you're going to have to go for it.
So here we go, breaking out of the huddles, West Lincoln as they run to the line. 3rd and 5, right hash, going to show Twins right. Quarterback hard counts, seeing where the blitz is from. It looks like it's going to come backside A gap as the linebacker's up, bouncing at the line. Both linebackers now up at the line.
Oh, and this is
a tremendous false start there. Everybody, even the quarterback wanted the ball. He asked for the ball.
I think that was miscommunication between him and the center, number 55 for West Lincoln, Jack Willis. I think he was supposed to snap the ball there, and he didn't. So, I mean, the whole line
was moving, and the quarterback,
except for the center. Yeah.
So 3rd and 10 for the Rebels. What was 3rd and 5 and manageable is now 3rd and 10. You know it's 2-down territory here possibly. So we're going to expect to see something real big right here from the West Lincoln offense. Willis breaks out of the huddle, walks to the line up under center, moves Eichert to his right. Turn, quick pitch to the fullback. Little gadget play. Fullback up in the air, and it's going to be caught.
No, it's not.
They're going to rule out of bounds.
I think they're going to say Tyreek Hollis forced him out of bounds, pushed him there right when he was catching the ball.
But the rule in high school, you only have to get a foot in, and that young man was able to drag 1 foot. I think he was thinking NFL he had to get 2 feet in, but he able to get 1 foot in there.
Well, that ref had a good view on the sideline. He has a better view than us, but, I mean, that is an awful close play, and man, that could be a backbreaker as we look later on in the game.
Man, if we could just only have a replay booth and be able to take a peek at that one looked really good from up here. So they're going to opt to punt here. Kick is up.
Ran into
the kicker, and that's going to probably be enough for a first down.
Just depends on which one it is, but, I mean, just a costly penalty once again. Parker Gaines, the senior. But 2 seniors have made 2 costly penalties in this game tonight for Lincolnton.
So waiting the call to see how flagrant that hit was on the punter.
And more importantly, we're going to see
5 or 15 here. We're going to lobby and see. West Lincoln would hope for 15, but it may be just 5.
Still going to be 4th down, so 5 yards. So that's a huge
4th
break.
and 5 now. Does it give you enough to make a play to go for it?
I mean, you're really going to be thinking if you're Coach Avery and Coach Sane here in this scenario, as Avery, you just see he's frustrated. He wanted the other call, the 15-yarder. So this looks like it's going to be running into the kicker more so. And that
he may decline it here and take where the ball was punted and out of bounds. So let's see if he chooses an ops to kick again.
And I think that's what's going to be the call.
Yep.
Oh, actually, it's going to stay 4th down.
So 4th down, and whoa, wait a minute. Walking the wrong way. So 4th and 5, ball's going to be spotted on the right hash at the 45.
I mean,
still dangerous here for the Rebels. Got to be able to get down the field and cover the.
Well, if they do go for it, they do at least have Seth Willis out there.
Yeah, could run something nice, a little trickery here. Let's see if Tom's saying chances to go for some tricks.
And nope.
Nope, he opts to kick it up. It's deep. It's going to take its first bounce at the 10. Roll down, and that's an outstanding punt as it's going to be downed at the 3.
I mean, wow.
The 2-yard line. Actually, downed at the 2. That's an outstanding punt. Wow, talk about a great play there from Nathan Beam.
Yeah,
another Beam on the roster. That's a huge punt.
I mean, Nathan Beam made a nice conversion after a penalty flag on the last punt to go to a rugby-style punt to avoid being a block punt and got Lincolnton deep into their own territory. Now he gets hit, block punt, and move it up 5 yards, and you get it inside the 5-yard line. That is big because you're going to have to force Lincolnton to go
98
over
now.
98 yards with a banged-up quarterback and a running game that's kind of been stopped here in the second half.
So 8:49 on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. West Lincoln 20, Lincoln 20. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 2. Lincoln is going to come out probably. Here's where you're going to see, similar formation, trips bunch right. Quarterback's going to turn, hand off to the running back Harris, who's going to be snuffed out.
That could
and
be
it looks
safety.
like the tackle is going to be made in the end zone.
No, they're going to.
Oh, what a bad spot there for the Rebels. Unfortunate event as the side judge spots him down at about the quarter-inch line.
And that's at the 1-foot-yard line, Phil. I'm
Goodness
sorry.
gracious.
I guess they're going to say forward progress, but still, it looked like he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, tackled down 3 yards deep in the end zone, but going to give him the forward progression there at the half-yard line. Probably need to go away from inside run plays that have not been beneficial, but right here you can't take a chance for sweeping left or right because that's going to give you too much in the backfield, and the West Lincoln defense got their ears pinned back here. Just don't give up a home run play through the air.
Right.
They're going to go similar formation, back to pass, looking deep. And another great play, no flag on the play. Great play, and guess who it is, folks? Number 12, Jesse Hatcher, with an outstanding play again in the secondary.
It was thrown to Pearson, and Hatcher saw it. He was able to break in on the ball, trying to go for it. But 2 guys going for the ball, and you result in an incomplete pass. Advantage here for West Lincoln. Just don't give up the first down here, because if you give up the first down here, you give Lincolnton momentum, and, I mean, it could be dangerous here.
So 3rd and 11 for the Wolves here on their own half-yard line back against the end zone. Got to have a positive play for them as 13 showing on the play clock. Going to go out 2 by 2, showing pass. McLean back sets. Look, quick hit to Durr and a slant. Durr's across the middle of the formation. He's got a blocker out front. He broke and tackled down at the 25, 26-yard line. The one thing we didn't want to see there was a pass play and a quick hit slant. Goes for an Adiano Park first down as the ball is going to be placed at the 26-yard line on the right hash.
And the defensive back was just a second late on trying to get the pick. He was trying to go for the pick, and, I mean, it looked like it was zone coverage, and unfortunately, West Lincoln just so close, but yet so far away. And this gives Lincolnton a lot of momentum. And as you said, it's a 0-0 ball game in this scenario.
This is going to be the drive for the game here for the Wolves. Big play here, and expect a lot of things here. So McLean back, hands off to Harris off the right side. He goes outside. He's got a pretty decent game as he's pushed out of bounds at about a gain of 4 or 5.
Yeah, well, actually, it's going to be more of a gain of 3. They said he was out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of only about 3 on the play for Harris.
So West Lincoln's got to find a way to get off the field with their defense and get their offense back on the field. 7:41 left on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. We're all knotted up here, tied 20-20. Big rivalry ball game here in Vail tonight. Lincoln has the ball driving. Ball is placed at the 29-yard line, right hash. Trips right, slot left. Here's the snap, back to pass, looking for Hollis. Hollis goes up and unable to come down with it. A great play by number 15, Kanan Bridges, there to break up the pass and tackle the receiver down to the ground.
Look, I know Hollis had a hand on the ball, but, man, McLean's got to make better throws. He's just lobbing it up there. Hollis was open, but when he lobbed it up there, it gave more time for the defensive backs for West Lincoln to get there and make some contact. And
crazy ball game right here, folks. We don't know what's going to happen here, but West Lincoln is putting up a heck of a fight defensively, trying to stymie this Lincoln defense, offense to get them off the field. 3rd down yet again, 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Right hash putting Lincoln in a definite passing position with a very weak quarterback. Here's a snap, back to pass, rolling to his right. Has a target. It's going to be dropped by Durr, and it's – wait a minute. Did he just signal he caught it?
What? Oh, he did not catch it.
There's no way that's a catch. I don't know how he thought he caught it. The ball bobbled and went out of bounds.
I mean, it's the side judge.
But the side judge made a call that he caught it.
This will be the second call that the side judge has clearly messed up here tonight, where he didn't call the illegal. I don't know.
Best thing about being in the booth is I'm not a coach, and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association can't come and punch me in the nose. That right there is no way, shape, or form a reception. The young man bobbled it. The ball fell out of bounds.
Well, now they're going to check
reception.
now they're going to check on the spot and see if it's a first down.
That's what I'm saying. That is a a poor judgment based on that official.
I'm going to go
right
ahead
in front of him.
and be a psychic for all those folks. I know that some of the West Lincoln coaching staff is going to report that man to Raleigh right now.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, according to me, folks, I'm going to tell you, there's not a lot of times I get frustrated, but I feel for the West Lincoln defense right there. That was a piss poor call by that official on that sideline, hands down. He did not receive that ball. I mean, he bobbled it, and there was no reception.
Let's see where they're going to put the spot of the ball. It's going to be at the 35. I think he might be short still. Yeah.
And they're going to spot the ball.
I mean, it's about just a foot or two short of the first down. Well, and that should have not been the call. But, West Lincoln, this is where you don't jump it. But it looks like Lincolnton's going to go for it here. And I don't blame him. You only got a foot to go.
So 4th and short. Going to expect probably a quarterback sneak here.
Yeah. I don't know how you're going to hold Lincolnton to a foot here in this scenario.
So 7:06, first Federal St. Mate scoreboard. Quarterback sneak up the gut.
He's got it.
And he didn't have to get very much to get the first down.
Just two backbreakers giving up first downs. One, it was a nice slant pass by McLean, and the other one was just, it shouldn't have even been a 4th and 1 in this scenario. So
I mean, 1st and 10 on the right hash from the 37-yard line.
But if you're West Lincoln, you just got to move on. You can't think about that, or you're just going to give up a big play. You've been holding this Lincolnton defense pretty well in this drive, minus 2 plays.
So trips bunch right, slot left, back again to pass. Feels immediate pressure, turns, throws it back.
It's a backwards pass.
It's on the ground, and Harris is going to pick it up. Botch play is going to go positive for the Wolves as he's got blockers, and he gets all the way across the field. He's got blockers out in front at the 35-40, and he's going to get right out of bounds about a yard short from a first down.
That somehow turned into a 9-yard gain. The big backbreaker on that play was that Tyler Cunningham slipped on the mud at about the 25-yard line. But a flag on the field. A flag on the field on the Lincolnton sidelines. Maybe, I don't know if this is a late hit or not, but a costly penalty there for.
Going to be interesting to see who that goes against here.
They're moving it back. And so penalty against Lincolnton, so that is going to be a big break for West Lincoln. I mean, how did Harris, a blocking the back call is what you expect on that play when something chaotic like that happens. But still, you had him about 10, 15 yards deep behind in the line of scrimmage, and you still couldn't get him. That's very concerning for West Lincoln.
Hey, but it's good to see something go in their favor here.
Yeah.
I mean, dadgum, they got their backs against the wall. They're playing against a whole lot of people out there. So first down and about 11, maybe 12 here for the Wolves. Going to be a handoff to Harris off the right side. He's going to get to the edge, get a couple yards, and be tackled down at about the 40.
Yeah, so a gain of about 5 on the play.
Got to say right here, I feel for that West Lincoln defense. Been on the field for most of the fourth quarter here and doing a great job by just bending but not breaking.
Yeah, that is certainly the case here.
So Lincoln in the huddle here. 2nd down and about 7. Right hash. Ball spotted on the 40-yard line. Going to go trips left, slot right. Back to McLean looking to pass. Got a slot, and it's batted down, almost intercepted by Nikithian Fansuk. Also in coverage there was number 44, which is the kicker, Preston Thomas.
I mean, in that throwing motion, it's just
it's easy to intercept. I'm telling you, he makes it easy to get the hands on the ball, but it's just not going always in the hands of the offense.
It's like he's just trying to.
He just forces it in.
It's like he's trying to slide something across a table.
Exactly.
And it's just not a natural throwing motion here. But at 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 7 here. Big play for the Rebel defense. Going to go trips left. Going to have a tight end on the field and a halfback to his right. McLean back to the pass, looking, throws over the middle to Tyreek Hollis, who stiff arms 2 guys. Broke at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
A late flag, though.
Hollis.
A late flag. And the Lincolnton coaches, we can hear beside them, are just
They're not
furious.
happy. They're furious at that call.
Just
went on
a
the ground.
stupid penalty once again by Lincolnton. I mean, Tyreek Hollis made an amazing play, and now they're in the end zone just beside themselves. Cannot believe the penalty flag that came in late. It's at the
it's down at about the 37, 36-yard line. Illegal block's going to be against the Wolves.
Givens is asking why.
Let's see where it is. They're going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah.
So it is going to be another Eddie Auto Park first down, 1st and 10, right hash from the 47-yard line. And Lincoln is going to take a timeout, so are we. Will be back in just a minute.
Unless the Lord build a house, its builders labor over in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincoln is built on. Key Builders in Lincoln is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too. Lincoln Animal Hospital is happy to announce their Customer Appreciation Week, May 22nd through 26th. They offer a special every day. On Monday, take 50% off nail trims. Tuesday, 15% off gas. On Wednesday, 50% off rabies vaccinations. On Thursday, it's a Smooch Your Pooch Kissing Book from 4 until 6 p.m. And on Friday, take 15% off wellness physicals. And ask about their raffle for a very nice gift basket that'll be given away Friday, May 26th. It's all at the Lincoln Animal Hospital in Lincolnton.
And welcome back after that block there. Legal block called against the Wolves, and it's going to push them back, but we had a lot of extracurricular activity there. Coach Gibson called that timeout to talk to the officials. But I think
he didn't talk to the official.
No, it was more like a very high, maybe high-pitched, angered voice towards the official, but so did the whole offensive line, maybe some skill players. Everybody was there. Everybody was on the field letting the officials know how that was not.
Some of the coaches had to pull the Lincolnton players away from that because, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. You should just have your coach yell. And
I mean, it's a first down. Just keep rolling. You're getting to milk more clock off, off the scoreboard, and that's going to be beneficial for them. So here we go. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 48-yard line, right hash. Here's a snap, handoff to Harris off the right side. It's going to be stuck right at the line. Big defensive play. That's going to be tackled down by number 20. Number 20 being Hayden Thomas, coming up from the secondary to make a big boom on Harris to bring him down for a loss.
And that's good. I mean, they've mostly been the last 5 or 6 carries, they've been having Harris in check and forcing them to throw, saying, hey, your quarterback can't throw that well. We're wanting you to throw into these scenarios.
So 2nd down and 12. The West Lincoln defense doing a great job once again, bending but not breaking, keeping the guys in front. You know, that botch play there with Hollis. You know, they just got to keep those guys in front of them. So back to pass to McLean, looking to pass. Throws to his right, and it's going to be
no good.
Finally, hey, guess what? He can call incomplete pass. We finally saw it. Side judge over there must be getting city lunch hot dog stuffed in his pants all game because he's been calling it in their favor. And then right there finally got to say incomplete pass for once.
Yeah, and, you know, it's 3rd and long now here. Lincolnton's burned so much time off the clock. They've gone half the field. And, you know, they got to get this first down here because if you give West Lincoln the ball, if they can get an efficient offense here, they will most likely keep the ball for the rest of the game.
So 3rd down and 12. Long distance for the Lincoln offense to try to drive here. Going to be trips left, slot right. Quarterback back in the pocket. Looking to pass, looking to his left, has a man up in the air. Durr went up about 15 feet in the air and made a catch. Talk about a daggone good play by a receiver. Holy mess. Wow.
And that's just good enough for a first down, Phillip.
That was outstanding play by Durr.
I mean, nothing you can do there. None of the West Lincoln defensive backs are that tall, and you got all these tall and lanky receivers for Lincolnton.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, that right there was really impressive.
And they are going to officially call it an Eddie's Auto Parts first down, so they're moving the chains, burning more clock off.
They've had the ball literally the entire 4th quarter with now 4:34 and ticking, and the first Federal State scoreboard still knotted up here 20-20.
So West Lincoln's got to hope here, stop the run here on first down if they run it, and then hope for some more incomplete passes and finally stop them on 3rd down.
So going to be trips right, slot left, halfback to the left of the quarterback. Quarterback looking out to pass, little step off screen to Hollis. He's going to jet and get upfield, and enough for the first down as he's pushed out of bounds right at, looks like, the 27-yard line.
Now they're finally starting to get that passing game going a little bit here. That's another Eddie's Auto Parts first down as they're going to have to move to change here. I mean, it's almost at the point if you're West Lincoln, you just maybe hope they score, but stop them on a 2-point conversion.
So Lincoln doing an outstanding job here driving. Really important to see that they're just able to face all the adversity they've been facing in this drive. You know, we've been talking a lot about the West Lincoln defense, but the Lincoln offense, man, a lot of adversity, a lot of big things, a lot of penalties that went against them. They just keep driving ahead. McLean back to pass, ball up in the air, and Hollis makes another outstanding catch.
Well,
and there's a touchdown on Lincoln.
That should have been a push off there. No call once again. I was in shades of last year with Sage Surratt getting the touchdown pass against East Lincoln. And, I mean, an easy push-off call to make, but not made. But, hey, Tyreek Hollis gets away with it and makes the play.
Hey, but that's a great play there by Hollis. Another touchdown reception for him on the season. And that's enough to be able to push the Wolves ahead here. Pinning the PAT on the first Federal Segment scoreboard, Lincoln 26, West Lincoln 20.
See what's going to happen on this
trying
PAT.
to kick after being blocked last time. Oh, it's a fake, and Hollis rolls out, throws to his right, and it's to McLean. Hollis to McLean for the 2-point conversion.
To Pearson, and I mean,
no, that's McLean, number 7. They're limping off. Yeah,
wow.
Snuck him in there. Didn't think he was going to be, and didn't even attend to him, and he's able to get the 2-point conversion. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event. Now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They gotta go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come in to Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com. When buying or selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all the questions. That's where Gillen Realty in Lincolnton comes in. They are your hometown realty, bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They're there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099. Visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincoln. Gillen Realty, hometown people working for you.
Welcome back to Vail. Cedeno fixing to kick it off for the Wolves after a big touchdown and 2-point conversion. Ball's going to be up deep, and it's going to be, it hits off the breastplate of Eichert, and it picked up at the 15 as he's going to be smacked down. A great special team play by the Lincoln Wolves. And it's probably going to be down at the 15, maybe the 14. I think they're going to give it a generous spot at the 14.
Yeah, well, this is a backbreaker here because after giving up a 98-yard play drive, and you can say whatever you want to, but West Lincoln couldn't stop Lincolnton. You know, they got the momentum's in Lincolnton's favor. West Lincoln's got to change it, and the problem is now you're going to have to go for 2.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 59 seconds, had to go for 2. Not to foreshadow, but I mean that's. You have to think about that 2-point play all the way down the field as you march it down here.
Well, and West Lincoln's had 2 failed 2-point conversions earlier in this game as well.
So West Lincoln showing some spread, going twins right, going to run 4 guys out to throw. Throws over here to number 22, and he's tackled by Hollis. So the catch was made by number 22, Trey Bryan, for the Rebels. And he's going to have his forward motion as he gets enough for a first down. No. Close, tight.
No, 5 yards short.
Well, the line judge on West Lincoln's sideline was actually up at the 25, and then he scooted down to the 20. Thought he was going to give him a premature first down.
But, hey, you got 3.5 minutes, and you're going to have to go 80 yards down the field. You're eventually going to have to break one big play to make up for that, and you're just going to have to hope and get that 2-point conversion if you score if you're West Lincoln.
So West Lincoln showing another spread look here. Turns, hands off the fullback. Quarterback pulls on a quarterback improvised run as he's going to dart ahead and get just a little bit over the 20-yard line.
Just only 1-yard gain, make it 3rd and intermediate. West Lincoln going to have to start hurrying here.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Rebels. Breaking out of the huddle are the Rebels.
Here
Gonna
the
go
Lincolnton
heavy to the right.
Lincolnton coaches are arguing up here that they left the huddle with 12.
Quick pitch to the right. Defense is just sitting there waiting, and he's not going to get much, if any. Maybe a gain of another yard, so it's going to be 4th and 4. With the time on the clock, you have to go for it here. I do not think you can value a punt.
No, not with these timeouts.
You got to go.
You give Lincolnton short field after they just converted on the 98-yard drive.
So here comes your best play.
Yeah, got to get a first down. Got to get to that 25. You're at the 23 or 22.
Westlincoln's going to opt to take a timeout here.
Yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do.
We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back in a moment with the drive.
We make joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday night and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise to the Lord on Sunday. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
The Roundup store in Shelby welcomes Trent. Come in and see Mike for all of your door and window needs. Come in and see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors are $40. See the line of all-wood kitchen cabinets, countertops, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at roundupshelby.com.
All right, so the biggest play of the ballgame comes down to a 4th and 3 for the Rebels. Willis under center going to motor motion to the left. Going to be a quick pitch outside to Pendergrass. Pendergrass going to jump, hurdle, and get across the 30, 35, tackled down at about the 39-yard line. There's another big play from a sophomore. But as that play was ending, there is a significant injury from the Wolves. We're going to take a break here as the Wolves have a player down. We'll be back in just a moment after a word from our sponsors.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headache, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
All right, first play from line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 39. Westlincoln going to opt to roll out. Going to go wheel backside. He's got a man. It's Brandon Eichert, and it's going to go off the tip of the finger. Ooh, almost good play there.
Yeah, it was right on the tip of Brendan Eichert, and just a little too late. Just a little too much mustard on that one, and it could have gone to the house for 6 there, Philip.
If he didn't cut his fingernails last night, he's able to catch that pass right there.
Yeah, but, I mean, maybe run that play again. Who knows? Maybe run something similar. I mean, just try to get Eichert or Pendergrass. Those are your speed guys involved in a pass play.
So Westlincoln showing a trip set. Trips right, slot left. Snap to Willis. He's going to roll out to his right, have immediate pressure. Going to go down the fumble on the play, and it was poked out by number 4, Sincere Pearson. Ball on the turf. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25, left hash for the Wolves.
And that's most likely ball game there.
Talk about a crazy, outstanding play right there by Sincere Pearson. Seniors make big plays, big games, and there was a bigger one in the world that Sincere Pearson could have made for his team tonight. What an outstanding play.
I mean, he was just left untouched there, and, you know, nothing that the Wolves could do. He just got hit by about 3 Wolves defenders, and that led to the fumble.
And that's a tough one to swallow with a minute 40. The Rebels can only do nothing but sit here, call timeouts, and pray they can force a turnover. But Lincoln might have went ahead right here and sealed the deal tonight here in Vail.
I mean, all you got to do is take a knee here.
Take a couple knees in the ball game. It's McLean back in at quarterback.
Well, they're putting him into shotgun. That's pretty weird here.
And it is going to be a timeout from Coach Gibson. We're going to take a timeout with him. We'll be back in just a moment.
BEAL Insurance is your independent insurance agency in Lincoln, specializes in working with families and small businesses for all of your insurance needs. From auto insurance, health insurance, Medicare, and more. By being independent, BEAL Insurance can shop around for the best coverage for the best dollar to fit your specific needs and budget. Drop by today. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5. Wednesdays 9 till noon. Just call 704-732-4646 or visit the website at BealInsurance.com. I'm here to tell you about the ultimate cooking experience. It's the Big Green Egg. It delivers amazing results as a grill, a smoker, and even an outdoor oven. Grill burgers, sear steaks at high temperatures, slow cook the perfect rack of ribs, and even bake a crispy pizza. You name it, poultry, seafood, veggies, and even desserts, all on the Big Green Egg. Demand the best and ask for it by name. The Big Green Egg. Ultimate cooking experience. The Big Green Egg and a full line of Big Green Egg accessories are now available at St. Ace Hardware at the Highway 27 150 West intersection in Lincolnton.
All right, back at Vail after a costly turnover of the Rebels. They're going to hand off to Harris straight ahead. He's going to gain about 2. And we're going to have a Rebel down on the field. He's going to get up under his own power. Minute 28 left here in the fourth quarter. First Federal State Mate scoreboard, Lincolnton 28, West Lincoln 20. All Lincoln has to do here, Smokes, just try to maintain possession and run out the clock.
Yeah, I mean, they can now – I think they can take a knee if they maybe leave 1 or 2 or 10 seconds at the most left on the clock. I'm not really good at my math with this clock running down, but, I mean
West Lincoln's only got 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, and I don't think Tom Sain's going to use it.
No, it looks like they're going to opt maybe to take a knee right here.
Yeah.
McLean's going to squat down, take a knee.
Well, now
West Lincoln's going to take a timeout.
And, well, the side judge isn't looking at Coach Avery, who is furious. He's almost at the hash mark. It took about 5 seconds for him to get the timeout called. So, I mean, West Lincoln, it's gonna take a miracle here, Phil, for them to stop them, get the ball back. We know they're not going to go for a field goal and try for a Hail Mary, especially in an offense like this.
This timeout here, 3rd and 7, he takes a knee. It's 4th and 7. Depending on when they spot the ball, you're going to see probably somewhere in the midst between probably 12 to 16 seconds left. If they take a knee again, then it's automatic turnover. If they opt to run a play and they don't get it, you know, West Lincoln has an opportunity, if things fall in their favor, to get a play with maybe less than 5 seconds on the clock. Because depending on how quick they get the ball back spotted, 25 seconds is only going to run off. It's 52 and a half. He needs to be able to take this snap, and that's what they're going to opt to do. They're going to go trips bunch right, slot left. McLean's going to go from under center. I would anticipate him running a run play.
Yeah, I think that.
Get the first down. Yep. Going to be a pitch to the right. He's going to jet dart out to the outside, get upfield, get pushed out of bounds.
Well,
he actually goes out of bounds, I think, right?
No, I think he was just barely inside.
So wait a minute. They're going to have an injury.
Wait, actually, West Lincoln still had one more timeout. So, I mean, a gain of about 1. So now Lincolnton's going to have to go for it in this scenario, I think, because if you want to get a first down, if you don't give it to him, you at least give it to him in the 20-yard line. I mean, that's 80 yards, but still, I mean, one pass play could change it. We almost saw that happen with Brendan Nykert on the last drive.
Right. I think West Lincoln's also wanting to see if they could have more time on the clock.
Yeah, Coach Avery specifically the one very mad about that one. He was the first time out they called on this drive, and you can tell he's furious just looking at him. He's very animated on the sidelines right now, but nothing you can really do. I mean, in the scenario, you just got to hope that official sees you call timeout, and it didn't happen there.
Right, and you can't even though if you see it from up here, you have to wait till the official signals it. So going to be 40.4 on the first Federal 7-8 scoreboard, fourth quarter. Lincoln holding on to an 8-point lead here, folks, 28-20. It is 4th and 6. Lincoln gets the first down. They win a ball game. West Lincoln gets a quick stop. They have time on the clock to maybe have 2, maybe 3 if they're lucky plays to try to go The ball's going to be spotted on the 21, so they're going to be looking at 79 yards if they stop it where it's spotted right now.
Well, and they got to pass it here if you're Lincolnton. That's
definitely.
been
You got to get the ball in the air, take a chance, or just run around. It's going to be opted just to hand it off. Going to hand it off to Hall. Yep,
Hollis, yep, and that's going to be ball game.
Yep, he's on 5. He's going to go in, touchdown, Lincolnton. Hollis is going to go off the left hash, and that's going to be another Lincolnton touchdown. Just some insurance points to put this one out of reach, out of mind, as the Lincolnton Wolves pretty much seal the deal here, pending 29.7 seconds on the clock. So 29.7, First Federal Savings Scoreboard. Scoreboard reads 34-20.
This is going to be another tough loss for the Rebels to swallow this one. I mean, they lost to East Burke, really hurt. This one's really going to hurt a whole lot more. And
this is going to be this is a tough one. It's a hard one to deal with.
So flag on the play, it might be an offsides call against West Lincoln. The PAT's good.
So let's see what the call is.
Yeah, it looks like it is on West Lincoln.
Let's see. It's going to be offsides. West Lincoln, he's going to decline. Extra point is going to be good, so it's going to be 35-20?
Yep, 35-20.
On the First Federal State Bank scoreboard, 29.7. Actually, no, they're going to let it redo the play.
I don't know why you would.
You know, if he declined
unless it was ruled dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way that they're redoing this kick.
So it's Daniel going to go up to kick again. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and good.
Yeah, so no real difference there. So now, basically, if you're either one of these teams, you just hope no injuries happen.
Yeah, no injuries. Just try to come out of here, maybe put some guys in, squeak them in for a play.
And at this point, I hope it doesn't get chippy, because I know there's going to be some frustrated Rebels players out there. But don't do anything stupid that you regret, because if you get a penalty that kicks you out of this game, you'll be kicked out of the next game too. So I think Coach Sain's going to have to tell his players that as well, just to keep their heads up. Don't do anything stupid that you'd regret. Because look, West Lincoln's now going to move to 3-5, and they're going to have to basically win out if they want any shot at the playoffs.
So this is a tough one to deal with here in a rivalry. But then again, on the other side, speaking for the Lincolnton faithful, this is a huge win.
Yeah, two in a row.
And this was a very hard-fought game. You know you were going to come in here and have to fight.
Well, and after the last county matchup they had where they lost a heartbreaker 12-7, this is definitely a big bounce-back win for Lincolnton. Getting a win over West Lincoln, keeping the streak alive, and you've won against two teams in a row. And I forget that they play Lake Norman Charter, and that should be an easy that should be an easy win for them too. I hate to say that, but I hate to say that the easy win. I don't mean to be mean, but they're the punching bag of the South Fork 2A conference in Lake Norman Charter.
Once again, Lincoln had done everything they did, and tonight there's nothing to do but sit back and really commend them for their ability to face adversity and just sustain long drives, even in the face of several penalties, and continue as they press forward. And I, for one, am extremely impressed with what I saw tonight from the Lincolnton Wolves. They've done everything they needed to do to secure a win, and it has been enough tonight thus far.
A flag on the field.
A huge return. Eichert's going to get it up to probably the 15.
Well, he got 20 yards north to south on that play, just trying to make something out of nothing. So, probably just see a pass play here.
And, for Coach Gibson, this is a good key win for his guys to be able to talk about being resilient, facing adversity, and just being able to continue your mindset and not losing your focus. There was a couple times tonight that Lincoln had an opportunity to lose their focus, lose their mindset. They were able to be drawn back in by the coaching staff and maintain the goal of coming out of here with a win. And, it has proven to be worked for perfection for the Wolves. So definitely, even with the penalties and even with the costly mistakes they've made, they have put themselves in the position to fight the whole game. They had several times, if they didn't have those key penalties, they could have actually been doing fine there.
Yeah, personal foul against Lincolnton there. I don't know what would happen on that. Well, you can't be doing stuff like that. You got to be careful, because that could lead you to getting ejected. So you can't be doing that. And I was saying West Lincoln, I thought Lincolnton wouldn't be doing stuff like that. But the backbreaker in this game, it was that phantom catch, but
was
still
on their sideline.
Yeah, but still,
and then the West Lincoln catch that he got a toe in that was said incomplete. You know, high school, you only got to get a foot in, and I guess it might have been deemed it was the NFL rule. We're getting both in. I'd like to see that one on film. I'd like to see the phantom catch over at Lincolnton sideline. But even though you take those
they gave up a 98-yard drive. That's that you can't have
the
that
98-yard drive that took up the whole fourth quarter. That is something that will be on the mind of the Rebel coaching staff throughout this weekend. And then for the Lincoln, that's something you build on going forward.
Yeah.
Like, we went 98 yards in the fourth quarter.
I mean, just
and
think
sustained a drive.
And just think how different this year it could have been now if they would have actually scored one of those one time in the red zone against East Lincoln.
That's
they
right.
could be at 500 right now.
Exactly.
And they could be in a whole lot better shape. And I know it's if, ands, or buts, but that game and the North Gadsden game the East Lincoln and North Gadsden game could come back to haunt Lincolnton as the season goes along.
Well, and, you know, just like right here, you know, Coach Gibson's not a fool. He knows exactly what he's doing. He calls a timeout, trying to reel his guys in. Hey, nothing chippy. It's 24 seconds. You know, stay calm, stay focused. You know, do not get suckered into some kind of play that you may find yourself ejected for next week.
Right. Yeah, and, you know, next week it's a big week for them because it's homecoming. And for a lot of these teams, seniors, Tyshawn Harris, Skylar Evans, Tyreek Hollis, Terrell McClain.
Pearson. I mean,
yeah.
Sincere Pearson had the big turnover there that he forced there at the end of the game. I mean, that's a good way to lead into homecoming for the Wolves.
And Malcolm Durr also had a very good game, except he's a junior, but it's just a real good game for him down the stretch. So now West Lincoln and running the spread.
Yeah, a little spread formation from the pistol set. Fullback sits behind the quarterback. Going to go trips right, slot left. Back to pass is Willis. He's looking deep. He's got time. Actually, he's going to decide to scramble, run ahead, and he's going to be tackled. And the clock's going to begin running with 15 seconds on the clock.
And I don't think they're going to run another play.
10 showing.
Well, they're going to
taking
try
time to spot, and the ball's going to be spotted with 6. The Rebels are going to line up for a play. Quarterback under center, 2 seconds. Turn back looking to pass. Has immediate pressure in his face. Overthrows the halfback out of the backfield. And that is going to complete it here. The first Federal Save Make scoreboard, 35-20 Lincolnton. And a big win here in Vail tonight. Lincolnton comes away with a conference victory here at the turf of West Lincoln. Great game fought by those guys. You know, hard-fought win for the Wolves. Tough loss in the rivalry for the Rebels. We'll be back in just a moment with the Carolina Trust Bank post-game show. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig here in West Lincoln. We'll be back in just a moment with a word from our sponsors. And coming to you live from West Lincoln, you're listening to us on KTCBroadcasting.com, the Renata Automall broadcast on WLON.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
And welcome back to Vail, folks. A hard one here for the Rebels, the home team, as they fall to Lincolnton, 35-20 on the first Federal Save Make scoreboard. Lincolnton came out of here tonight with an outstanding game plan, able to mix it up, run and pass. Something unconventional throws there from McClain, as he had a very unconventional throwing style. But once again, a great attack on the ground with Twan Harris. I mean, Tyshawn Harris just really counted up the yards for the Wolves tonight and able to push ahead. And then you have big plays from Tyreek Hollis, great catches by Malcolm Durr. And then, that costly turnover, the interception by Willis early on in the first half was, costly for the Rebels. The Rebels do have stuff to work on, but cannot hang their heads for this game, as it was a hard-fought ball game for them. The Lincolnton Wolves need to come out of here boasting their chest, proud that they've extended their streak to 2 wins as they continue to push through this South Fork 2A conference, chalking up big wins for those guys as they keep themselves in the playoff hunt here. You're listening to the Carolina Trust Bank postgame show. This is Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig coming to you live from West Lincoln High School. We'll be back in just a moment after word from our sponsors with the West End Offensive Player of the Game, the RHODES and BEAL Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game, and the Campers Inn Player of the Game. We'll also swing it over to Smoke for the LincolnCounty.com postgame stats. We'll be back here from West Lincoln. Your score, Lincolnton 35, West Lincoln 20. We'll be back after word from our sponsor.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most has to. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Meaden. Call 828-428-8231.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties, Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Welcome back to West Lincoln High School, folks. On the first Federal State Bank scoreboard, Lincolnton 35, West Lincoln 20. Hard-fought win tonight for the Wolves as they come out of here victorious with another South Fork 2A conference victory. The Wolves now moved to 3-5. Big move for them as they go next week to their homecoming game in front of an anticipated large crowd. We're going to go now to Smoke for the LincolnCounty.com postgame stats.
All right, thank you very much, Philip. First for the West Lincoln Rebels tonight, Nikafin Fansuk had, 27 carries for 111 yards, and that includes a touchdown. Brendan Eicher, very quiet tonight, only 12 carries for 46 yards, not really the usual from him. Seth Willis, only 16 yards rushing, but one of those came on a sack, that minus 15 yards on that play. And really the biggest surprise from tonight's game for West Lincoln, Xander Pendergrass, a lot to look forward to from him. 3 carries for 64 yards. One of those went for a touchdown, very explosive. It was 2 for 5 for Seth Willis tonight for 26 yards. That includes an interception and also a fumble. Number 22, which was Trey Bryan with a catch for 5 yards, and Pendergrass with a catch for 21 yards. Now for Lincolnton, who really got it going in the second half, but the running game was actually held pretty quiet as Tyshawn Harris only got 79 yards rushing on 20 attempts. Terrell McLean, 49 yards rushing on 12 attempts. Tyreek Hollis, 14 yards rushing on 4 attempts, one of those a 22-yard touchdown. And passing the ball, 12 for 22 for Terrell McLean for 190 yards. He came into the second half with only 50, and that includes a touchdown pass as well. Sincere Pearson, 33 yards receiving on 1 catch. And Tyreek Hollis, 4 catches for 56 yards, which included the touchdown to give Lincolnton the lead. A catch for Skylar Evans for 40 yards. And a nice job tonight by Malcolm Durr, who had 5 catches for 61 yards, and a lot of them on that 98-yard drive that led to a touchdown.
All right, well, let's go to the players of the game. The offensive player of the game, the West End Auto Sales Offensive Player of the Game. I think definitely you have to go in no other direction. I think just to give West Lincoln an award, it's got to go to Xander Pendergrass.
Yeah, he was the biggest playmaker in this game. I know that Lincolnton had some guys down to stretch, but he was the guy that you would see make a difference on one play. He's the one guy that's like, all right, that guy can make. Him and Tyreek Hollis are the only 2 guys I could say that, and Tyshawn Harris could only 3 guys were like, that guy can make a difference on one play and go 89, 90 yards on one play. And he gave a spark to West Lincoln's offense. Now, unfortunately, they didn't get him as involved, in the second half as he did in the first half. But the offense kind of sputtered in that second half a little bit.
That's right. And then also for the RHODES and BEAL Oil Company, just because it was a game-changing play, I think you got to go Sincere Pearson. All night he was making big tackles, but he forced the fumble that inevitably sealed the deal, put the nail in the coffin for the Lincoln Wolf defense.
Yeah, I mean, you forced 2 turnovers and you forced a key one there, and what a nice job by the senior. He's going to beat West Lincoln all 4 times in his 4-year tenure at Lincolnton High School, and I mean that's the way to go. You beat a county rival 4 times, and you were one of the guys that sealed the deal.
That made the big play to put it away.
Yeah, and a great job there by Pearson.
And then the Kemper's Inn player of the game, there's no doubt. I think you go Tyreek Hollis. He catches one in the air for a touchdown. He calls back for a penalty. Catches another one in the air. It is a touchdown. Then there at the end of the ball game, he does a little end-around run and goes in the end zone for a touchdown. So he's on the ground, in the air twice, one call back. And then, he made some tremendous plays on defense. A lot of people don't realize he plays defense, making tackles downhill. And what did you see from him, Smoke?
Just a tall, lanky guy that when he gets into some open space, it's hard to stop. He's basically Lincolnton's Jalen Samuels.
That's right.
And you can put him in at wide receiver, put him in at running back, even put him in at tight end, line him up there. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife. And he can also throw the ball as well if you want him to. So, I mean, he can do almost anything. And tonight was just an example of what he can do.
All right, folks. Well, that pretty much wraps up our Carolina Trust Bank postgame show. You're listening to Philip Russ and Smoke Ludwig up here at West Lincoln. Tonight, the Rebels fall to the Lincoln Wolves 35-20 on the First Federal Save Bank scoreboard. We'd like to thank Renata Automall for being our broadcast sponsor. We'd also like to thank all of our sponsors. Bitcha tonight, the First Federal Savings Bank, Classic Ford of Shelby, Eddie Auto Parts, Silver Point Homes, LincolnCounty.com, Carolina Trust Bank, West End Auto Sale, RHODES and BEAL Oil Company, and Kemper's Inn. Folks, if you're tuning in next week, tune in to WLON. We'll be covering the Lincoln County Game of the Week. Next week, we will be traveling. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. Tell you where to tune in and where we will be broadcasting live from next week. You can find us at Lincolnton. Lincolnton will face off Lake Norman Charter. It will be their homecoming. So tune in, ktcbroadcasting.com, WLON, and, you're streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah, and also on youtube.com, lincolncounty.com, Game of the Week. It'll be Newton Conover taking on North Lincoln. Interesting to think about that. Matt Beam's been coaching for nearly 12 years. This is 12th year. This is the first time he's had to go against one of his former coaching mates, and Stephen Pack as a head coach. So definitely going to be an interesting game. 2 high-powered offenses. I think North Lincoln actually was held at 6 points tonight, lost 30-6 to Maiden. But you'll hear about that and more coming up on the Renato Automall postgame show. I'll be driving in there to Cherryville, talk with Kevin Hastings, all them guys. So I mean, probably another interesting night of football. We heard last Crest was losing to Hunter Huss, but that was at about halftime. So it's going to be interesting seeing some of these scores. So be sure to tune in, folks, to that.
All right, we'll be signing off here live from West Lincoln. Once again, the First Federal Save Bank scoreboard, Lincoln 35, West Lincoln 20. Tune in, folks. We'll be back next week with your coverage of the Lincoln Wolves versus Lake Norman Charter.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. You've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Lincoln Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect the female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful